Hello everybody, welcome to the wonderful Skit episode. Oh boy, what is this one gonna be? How long will this one be? Oh boy. Yeah, sometimes Skit episodes can be short, sometimes it can be really long. And this one, we're about to find out how long this one's gonna be. Thankfully, in New Game Plus, there's an option to unlock all skits. And you can literally just go in the library and go to skits and like, here's all your skits right there. There's 241 skits in the entire game. Thankfully, I had a New Game Plus save file that actually had enough grade for it, because you needed 3,000 grade to actually be able to unlock all the skits. So kind of a lot. But thankfully had enough on one of my save files. Not the main game save file that I did, but you know, whatever. It was like a save file from 8-9 years ago. Good stuff, excuse me. But anyway, we got 241 skits here, 129 in the main, 53 in the sub, and 59 in the ETC. And we're basically gonna watch them all in order. I'm gonna shut up during this while I do other things, and of course, if you see any random like gaps, maybe I'm not paying attention, maybe I'm just, you know, doing something else, so you never know. But hopefully there shouldn't be any too large of gaps in any of these, and we just get through all these in one fell swoop and, you know, come out of this a few hours later and we'll be good, you know, and hopefully I don't, hopefully it's not super long where I end up going to bed late, since I'm starting this at like 6 o'clock in the evening, and I like to go to bed around 9, but hey, you know, if this ends at 10, I'm not going to complain too much. I mean, probably won't be too bad. But anyway, everyone, enjoy the skits, and I'll see you on the other side. For anyone watching this in the present, actually, before I do go, I will just want to say I am considering playing the Milla playthrough before starting Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which won the Let's Play poll. So before we start Xenoblade 3, I will probably do the Milla playthrough, and I'll probably do it in the same fashion that I was gonna do Xenoblade 3. So I'll probably just do like a stream of it and blah 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 blah. Just be like, hey, guess what? I'm gonna do it like this. I'm gonna do it like that, and that's how it goes. Like, I don't know, that's gonna be great. Stream Let's Play, man. Stream Let's Play. So basically, the days I record Xillia, those would be the days we record the Milla playthrough, or stream the Milla playthrough. So anyway, yeah, that's what we're gonna do. But anyway, I'll see you guys. It's time for some skits, and we are definitely gonna be shaking in our boots.
My hands are still shaking.
And for good reason. You were almost killed.
I'm a civilian. Why would she attack me like that?
I don't think she's part of Rashigol's army.
If she's not a soldier, then what is she doing at a military facility?
An ironic question for you or I to ask, don't you think?
I see your point. Did you kill her?
I'm not sure. I tried to go easy on her, but humans are so fragile. I keep having to tell the Four not to overdo it.
I'm not really following you.
Are you finished here?
Huh?
I assume you had some reason for coming to this place.
I was worried because Professor House hadn't come back. But he's...
One of the people who died while connected to that machine?
Yeah. I can't believe it. The professor had been so excited about the request from Orda Palace.
I see. Yes. Yes, I suppose so.
Huh? Oh, wait for me! Milla Maxwell? It must be pretty weird having the same name as the Lord of Spirits.
Not at all. We are one and the same.
I'm sorry?
I am Maxwell, Lord of Spirits.
What? Come on, you're totally human. You... look just like a normal woman.
I would hope so. That is the form I created for myself.
The form you created? So you're that Maxwell. Lord of Spirits, ruler of elements.
You don't believe me?
A person claiming to be a spirit? It's a bit much to swallow.
Then how do you humans prove your identities to each other?
Well, by showing identification, I guess. I have a medical school ID card.
Oh. Then I doubt that I'll be able to prove my identity to your satisfaction. I wouldn't even know where to apply for a spirit ID card.
Is it really okay for me to be following this person? I always wanted to live up to Professor House's expectations, but now he's dead. What are you doing?
I'm cuddling you.
Why?
I read it in a book. When humans are upset, they feel better when you cuddle them.
What book was that?
A mother's eyes, a mother's touch.
That sounds like a book about child rearing. I'm not a baby.
This technique has no effect on you? Humans are so complicated.
Well, I guess I do feel a little better. Thank you.
So it does work.
Wait, doesn't this lead deeper inside? We're not heading to the exit?
No,
There's something seriously wrong here. Shouldn't we get out?
I'm aware of the danger, but there's something I must find. I'm afraid I can't escort you out before then.
Sure. After all, I was the one who asked to go with you. What's so funny?
It's nothing. When my business here is done, I promise to see you safely out of here. There's no need to worry.
Thanks.
You seem to know your way around a fight.
Yeah, I studied self-defense when I was a kid.
They say that even the best trained soldiers may panic in the face of actual combat. Yet you seem completely together.
Well, I had a friend I trained with who used to shout "sparring time" and attack me out of the blue. So it's probably thanks to her.
I see.
I'd always wind up on the ground covered in bruises.
I'm sorry to dredge up such painful memories.
What? No, it's not like that.
Don't all bullied children say that?
Bullied? That's not what... Wait. Was it?
This was surging with mana when they activated their so-called Lance of Kresnik. So this must be the key they used to arm it. Do you want something?
Whoa, hold your fire. I come in peace. Can't a mercenary have a friendly chat with his clients?
That much is fine. But when you want to chat, you needn't hold your breath and sneak up behind me.
Sheesh. You make me sound so unsavory. Do you berate poor Jude like this too?
I don't intend to berate anyone. That was never my intention.
Do try to be gentle with him. Boys can be so vulnerable.
That's a surprisingly tender sentiment.
That's what it says on my business card. The mercenary with a heart of gold.
Those are good words to live by. Although, with a motto like that, I can't imagine you'd live very long.
Not the type to sugarcoat things, are you?
That was quite a sigh.
So seriously, you guys are spying for Azul, right?
What? Of course not.
I've never heard of the Military Powers Act being used against anyone other than Azul spies.
You're thinking too much into this.
Why are you so concerned about this? Unless you're spying for Rashigal.
No. I was just thinking that if you were spying for Azul, maybe you could use your connections to score me some high-paying intelligence work.
Sorry to disappoint you, but I assure you I will pay your fee. You just have to wait a little bit longer.
Fair enough. But even with your special friend discount, the interest is piling up. I wonder how we can reach out to the Azul military.
Why are you so interested in them?
Because they say the Azul military hires based on ability, regardless of status.
That's certainly not how it works in Rashigal.
Is that right?
Yeah, all of Rashigal's officials are descended from nobility.
Traditions are lovely and all, but that doesn't leave a lot of juicy gigs for mercenaries like myself.
But I wouldn't want to live in Azul. The clans are always fighting amongst themselves. There's no way I'd be able to concentrate on my studies.
Different humans have such different priorities.
And here you sit, above it all.
Correct. I don't intervene in the affairs of human society.
Let's see.
What are you up to?
Just trying to organize all of my notes for my thesis.
Those in the books at a time like this? You sure are studious.
Yeah, probably a waste of time. I'm sure I've already been expelled being an X-marked criminal and all.
Ah, cheer up, kid. If I get a chance, I'll testify to the military and the school on your behalf. Shouldn't be hard to make the case that you're just a poor kid who got sucked into this.
Thanks. But aren't you a wanted criminal too?
Ah, that. I guess I did flee along with you.
So if we get captured, I'll testify for you. I'll tell them that you're nowhere near as shady as you look.
I'll take it as a compliment.
Hey, Alvin, about your weapon.
You've got an eye for good steel. This is one heck of a blade.
Actually, I meant the other one.
Oh, you mean this?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like it. It looks like it channels fire spirits and projects their arts at foes.
Yeah, something like that.
That's incredible. Where'd you get it?
Oh, I see how it is. You're the envious type. Stare all you want, kid. I ain't giving it up.
You don't have to treat me like a child.
Oh, come on. I'm just yanking your chain.
Compared to Fenmont's night climb, the sky in Aujul sure is bright.
That's true. The spirit climbs here are much more stable.
What are you talking about? What do you intend to climb?
Climb. Surely the great Lady Maxwell knows all about the subject?
Don't flatter yourself by assuming I recognize every arbitrary word you humans create. Human arrogance can be so trying.
Milla, do you know what Rieze Maxia is made of?
As if I wouldn't know? The power of spirits composes the entire natural world.
Right. The term spirit climb refers to the balance of spirit power. When that power is out of balance, nature can become polarized in one direction. That's why there are unusual spirit climbs, like the perpetual night of Fenmont.
I see. Thank you. Now I understand. You're very good at explaining things.
My pleasure.
Oh, I see how it is. I guess I'm just an arrogant human compared to little old innocent Jude. Is Milo really that Maxwell? She does act a bit nutty, but she looks normal enough.
I think it's true. When I first met her, Milla had the 4 great spirits with her.
What? Get out of here.
No, seriously. Fire spirit Efreet, water spirit Undine, wind spirit Sylph, and earth spirit Gnome. It was the first time I'd ever seen them in person, but there was no mistaking who they were.
That's a mighty exclusive club. Can't imagine they hang out with a lot of mortal girls.
Yeah.
Walking sure is grueling.
That's unexpected coming from you.
I'm just used to having Sylph fly me everywhere. The only time I ever really walked was when I used Undine to travel across water.
I see.
Maybe this is your punishment for treating the 4 great spirits like your personal servants?
Servants? They may help out now and then, but they're the ones who pester me. They're like a bunch of bickering in-laws that never go home.
Did you just call the 4?
Bickering in-laws? So, why bother taking human form at all?
Spirits are really just masses of mana. They can't interact with the temporal world in that state. For a spirit to take physical form, it needs a catalyst of a corresponding element. As an example, the fire spirit of Freet can take form as a blazing inferno.
And as Maxwell, you can be any element, right?
The human body contains all 4 elements, so it's the perfect catalyst for me to take a physical form.
What would happen if you lost your catalyst?
I would gather elements to make a new one, but I'd have to wait for it to grow up.
Grow up? You mean you start as a baby?
It's time-consuming, but if you want to use a human form as a catalyst, you have to wait for the body to develop.
So even the Lord of Spirits isn't omnipotent.
Not in this human realm, anyway.
Let's just be grateful she didn't go with the male model, eh?
Wouldn't bother me.
Oh, you swing both ways?
That's not what I meant. You know that girl we saw in Hamil?
The one with the weird doll thing? What about her?
You didn't think that was odd?
You can't waste your energy on other people's business. All part of growing up, kid.
But she was controlling that doll and shady people were chasing her. That doesn't bother you?
Plenty of that going around. I mean, just look at ourselves. I think we have enough on our own plates. You really want more irregularities in life? Not that it's necessarily a bad thing, mind you. No one's got a bigger helping of weird than Milla, and she doesn't seem to mind.
Well, that's certainly true. This is your hometown, Milla? It's so normal.
Isn't it nice? It's so quiet here.
Yeah, it sure is.
Pretty weak, huh? I was expecting something freaky.
Hey, come on.
Did you say something?
Oh, I was just wondering if your parents were around.
Spirits don't have parents.
And how were you born?
I took this form 20 years ago. I appeared along with the 4 in the village shrine.
Why?
You seem to have a lot of questions about me.
Just trying to keep Jude entertained. He was complaining about how boring the village was.
Jude, do you crave chaos that much?
What? I didn't say anything like that.
So, all the arts that channel the four great spirits don't work anymore?
Yeah, not since the silencing 20 years ago. The power of the four disappeared overnight, causing a worldwide panic.
And when did Milla take human form again?
20 years ago.
Wait, are the two related?
Yes, that was me. I reserved the four for my personal use.
Seriously?
I have no reason to deceive you. Of course, even I can't summon them now, so you'll have to take my word for it.
If you leave an egg in an empty box, and said egg gets crushed, the cause must lie within the egg itself. How's egg principle? It sounds obvious, but at the same time, not so much.
500 years ago, Professor Howe used that principle to deduce how spirit channeling works.
Although people still channeled beforehand, right? They just didn't know what they were doing.
Yeah, since spirits have no apparent physical form, people weren't aware they existed at all. But Professor Howe surmised that something had to be converting the mana from our mana lobes into arts.
And that turned out to be spirits.
Yep, his hypothesis was proven with the discovery of spirits that had taken physical forms.
And because he figured out what was inside the egg, the age of spirit arts was born.
Exactly, although there's still a lot we don't understand about spirits.
Like Maxwell being a busty 20-year-old. Bet even Professor Howe didn't see that coming.
Where'd you go after you left the shrine in Niakara?
That's a secret for grown-ups.
It sounds like you're trying to hide something.
Figured that out, did you? Do you want to ask what I was doing?
If you don't want to tell me, that's fine.
If it's fine with you, then I ain't telling.
You don't want to tell me?
You don't want to ask?
I'm starting to think I'd rather not know.
I'm starting to think you're probably right. Oh boy, that handmaid of yours is a piece of work.
I don't value his temper, but he is quite skilled.
He said he's been serving you for years.
Yes, he cleans up the shrine, he runs errands, always with a lot of enthusiasm. He buys my clothes and arranges them into outfits.
What?
Wow, your handmaid has exquisite taste.
Yes, the clothes are very comfortable. I quite like them.
I don't get it. How could the four great spirits get captured?
Fundamentally, the four are masses of mana. The Lance of Kresnik absorbs mana and apparently is able to store it.
I never thought that was even possible.
Apparently it is.
We have to go rescue the four then.
I do like the pluck, but this might be a case where a bit of pluck will get you a lot of dead. A pissed off med student's probably not a tall order for the group that bagged the four great spirits.
Oh, I guess I haven't properly introduced Elise yet.
I'm Elise Ludus. Hello.
Well, you look like you'll be a fine lady when you grow up. I'm Alvin. It's nice to meet you.
Well...
Don't talk to strangers, Elise. Strangers are bad.
Why is this stuffed animal talking?
Huh? Tipo always talks.
Naturally.
Oh, so I'm the one who's reacting strangely?
Sure looks that way.
I'm arguing with the stuffed animal. How unusual.
Unusual, she says.
Coming from you, Milla?
Looks like our wanted poster is making the rounds at the Sea Haven.
Does this sort of thing actually work?
You tore it down?
Yes, but I can't imagine a poster like this will give us any trouble. Do humans have a different sense of aesthetics than I do?
Well, anyway, Milla tore it down, so we should be safe here, right?
That'll never work. Keep tearing them down and they'll keep putting them right back up.
Milla?
It's nothing. Alvin's right. Even with this terrible likeness, we can't afford to take chances. We should move on.
All right.
Given enough time, they might manage to make a replacement key as well. We need to hurry.
Where did you learn to channel spirits?
Where? I don't remember.
She's just really talented.
Well, that's why I asked. I've never seen a kid with anywhere near your master's level of skill.
Really? I was channeling the four when I was much younger.
You're a special case. Although it does sound like Elise here can channel spirits based on intuition alone, just like Milla.
You're really something.
You betcha. Jude knows what's what.
Remember that you're still a child, though. In combat, you must prioritize self-protection.
Okay.
Milla's just worried about you.
She's right. You be careful out there.
Yes, perhaps that's what I should have said. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Elise is incredible at spirit channeling. Her mana lobe must be far more developed than normal.
That's not true.
But it is! Bet you wish yours was too!
Well, I certainly do. Must be nice to have such a powerful mana lobe when you're channeling, huh?
I guess. I really don't think about it.
Well, you should, since the mana lobe is inside your brain.
Wait, really?
I hear that sometimes the spirits will help themselves to a nice chunk of brain along with the mana, so don't channel too much, or that pretty little skull of yours will end up as hollow as a coconut.
Ah! I don't want that to happen!
Come on, Alvin. Don't scare her like that.
Phew. Ain't that by the skin of our teeth?
I'm sorry. It's my fault that the big man attacked you.
Don't be mad at Ellie.
He was the one who picked the fight. There's nothing for you to apologize for. Don't worry. We'll protect you.
Thank you.
You're a real pal, Alvin.
It ain't every day a treasure like you falls into my lap.
Huh?
Because you're such a gifted channeler, I mean. You know, so you'll be a big help to me too.
Well, hey! Those whatchamacallit shrooms are something else!
It got all smoky. What was that?
Those are smoke shroom spores. Clever monsters will wait until their prey gets near one. Then they'll hit the smoke shroom with a rock and take down the prey while its eyes and nose are clouded with spores. And for its part, the smoke shroom gets to spread its spores over a wider area. When life forms help each other like that, it's called symbiosis.
Oh, okay.
You're so smart! Like one of those monsters you talked about!
So, does that mean people and spirits have symbiosis too?
That's right. Humans give mana to the spirits, and the spirits use arts to help people. It's a perfect example of symbiosis. Well done, Elise.
Thank you.
That's incredible! Ellie's the smartest of all!
You see how that Zhao guy made monsters do his dirty work? Pretty neat trick.
Ivor has some ability to control monsters, but it's nowhere near that level.
I've heard there's a clan in Anjul that knows the secret art of monster control.
I wonder how it works.
Monsters are a pain. They should just learn to talk like I can.
Come now, isn't it easier this way? Would you really want to kill a talking monster?
I guess not.
I would crush them with witty repartee.
That's true. If we could negotiate with monsters, we wouldn't need to fight them all.
But even if they could talk, they'd all be speaking monsterese.
So hire an interpreter who's fluent in this language.
And then it turns out that's exactly what the secret art is.
Whoa!
You're going to Femmont to save your captured friends, right? We heard from Jude.
Friends? Oh, you mean the four.
They're not your friends?
Well, in a sense, they do help me accomplish the things I need to do.
Then they're your friends, just like us.
We'll help you too.
Everybody get a hand in.
To think I'd find myself on the receiving end of encouragement.
Klein's quite the fool, attempting to directly defy King Noctigal.
I too counseled him against it. But as you can see, he can be quite stubborn.
Hey, stop saying mean things about Dracel's brother.
Klein is a good man.
He most certainly is. Never have I met a lord who cares more deeply for his subjects. Indeed, he was kind and gentle long before he was a lord at all. 2 years ago, when I had nowhere else to go, he was gracious enough to hire me on as his butler.
Sounds like he's really important to you.
Very much so.
And he's so cool. Way cooler than Alvin.
I beg your pardon. I didn't quite catch that.
Alvin, let me go!
I'm sure Klein is still safe.
Of that I have no doubt. No harm will befall him on my watch.
Whatever this crazy experiment is, do you really think King Noctigal himself is going to be running the show?
I do not know. The Noctigal of old would have fought on the front lines instead of dealing with intrigue behind the scenes.
Is that right?
Noctigal's a blue blood. but he didn't shy away from combat as he climbed the military chain of command. Although lately it looks like he's been more busy with political fights for power.
A pity to see him change so greatly.
What was that?
Ah, please disregard my ramblings. Regardless, Lord Klein is a great threat to Noctigal. Nothing is more threatening to a dictator than another individual with both wealth and growing popularity.
Those lesser spirits were so beautiful.
I've never seen one before until now.
I've encountered some during my time, but not the numbers we just witnessed.
Then you're just like us.
Indeed I am.
Rowan, thank you for taking my hand when we jumped.
You needn't thank me at all. I merely did what I'd do for any of my friends.
That's right, we're friends.
Yay! I never thought we'd make friends with someone much older.
You're very good with children.
No, not at all. I just know how to treat a lady.
And such a charmer as well.
I do get that a lot.
I bet you do.
I'm sorry we put you in danger again.
It's okay.
You don't need to say that. We're friends now.
Are you sure? Even I get freaked out traveling with Milla sometimes.
You and me both. Hey, Elise, I bet we can find someplace nice and quiet for you to live around here. You'd be away from all this danger.
But I don't want to leave.
This is out of the blue. You got a line on someone who'd be willing to take her?
Well, not yet.
Don't go making promises you can't keep.
So what's the plan, kid?
I'll figure something out. I promised Milla I would.
For Milla, huh?
I can't believe they got Milla.
Are you so surprised? These are the same thugs who snared the four great spirits.
And I let the same thing happen again.
Let's get moving, gentlemen. We can't afford to suffer any more losses.
Aren't you listening? These guys are way out of our league.
Don't be ridiculous. They haven't a chance. Especially against a warrior of your considerable talent.
Didn't take you for the sort that props up comrades with sweet talk.
That depends on the comrade. Does it seem to be working?
A nice effort, but I only fall for flattery when it comes from the lips of a lady.
Then let's go save Milla and the others. I'm sure they'll praise you.
Oh yeah? Well then, I guess I'll put out a little effort.
Elise, Giselle, we have to hurry.
But if we get careless, our hex shackles could explode.
Gillen said they only explode when you step in a hex zone. It seemed quite precise. It should not explode otherwise.
You have that much confidence in our enemies' traps?
It's merely conjecture. There could be any number of other possibilities.
So in other words, we can't be sure of anything.
That is correct. But no one can ever make guarantees about the future.
I'm a daughter of House Cheryl. I can get through this. I can't be scared.
Are we going to be okay?
Yeah. Hang in there, Ellie.
It's been so long since I've had to fight alone. I'd forgotten how tiring it can be.
Are you okay?
Don't worry. I will protect you.
Thank you.
You just said that you were willing to sacrifice us. Now you're gonna protect us? Which is it?
It's both. If I can protect you, I will. However, if I'm forced to make a hard choice, I will not hesitate to do so. That is my duty as the guardian of this world. We can't tarry any longer. We have to move on.
I don't know how anyone could carry that burden.
I understand. My brother has that duty too.
Tipo, where are you?
Elise, fear and panic won't bring Tipo back to you.
But still...
Milla, can we stop for a minute? I'm gonna teach Ellie my secret magic spell. Here, take my hand and jump up 3 times. If you do that, you can give me half your sadness, and you'll feel halfway better.
Okay.
There. Don't you feel better now?
A little bit.
See? When I was little, my brother used to take my hand and cast this spell with me. I think we're ready to go.
Giselle.
I'm sorry. I'm not good at channeling spirits. This silly little spell is all I have.
No. It's a wonderful art.
Thank you.
I'm eager to see what your hometown is like.
It's just a normal little boondocks town. It did used to be a famous mining colony, though.
Since you're human, you must have parents. Are they a lot like you?
I don't know about that.
Aren't you looking forward to seeing them?
My parents tend to prioritize work. We don't always get along.
I've read about child-parent relationships. There's something called an Oedipus complex.
I'm pretty sure that's not it.
Ah, so yours is more of the scheming, backstabbing sort of family?
Exactly what sort of books are you reading? Fighting alone really makes you realize how fortunate we were to fight by people like Rowan.
I can't agree more.
It isn't every day you get to ally with Ilbert the Conductor.
What's the reason behind his nickname?
They say it's because he gains full control of the battlefield. He once crushed 3 armies in a single day. The battle was called the Priscilla Miracle, and it helped create the Rashagal we know today.
I could tell he was no normal man, but I had no idea that he was such a famous tactician.
It was such an incredible honor to fight beside a living legend like that.
And how might it feel to fight beside the Lord of Spirits herself?
Did you say something?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I hope Elise doesn't get too lonely.
She has Rowan and Dressel with her. You don't need to worry.
I wonder what Alvin's next job is gonna be. I hope it isn't anything too dangerous.
He wouldn't last long as a mercenary if you turned down dangerous work. You really are a worrier, aren't you?
It's not that. I just wish we could have all stayed together.
This was inevitable. We all have different duties. Cheer up. We'll see them all again.
Yeah.
So what was Fenmont like? Come on, you have to tell me everything. Was it like super cosmopolitan? Were you able to make friends?
I don't know. It was pretty normal.
What, that's it? That's all you have to say? You're always boring everyone with long-winded explanations, but when I ask a question, I get the cold shoulder.
Come on, you're blowing things out of proportion.
Listen, you're gonna talk and you're gonna tell me everything. You have 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8...
Well, there was a nurse at the school named Prin who was always really nice to me. But on the day I went to see my professor, I got attacked by a girl in red clothes. So then, I couldn't go back to the school anymore. Although that did result in me meeting Milla. Oh, and in terms of other friends, I met this girl named Elise.
Fine, I got it. Message received loud and clear. You met all sorts of other girls while you were away. Good job, Jude. I'm so happy for you.
I see you haven't changed a bit.
Wow, you got really strong while you were away.
And I see you're as merciless as ever with that staff.
Care for a little sparring bout?
Oh, that's right. Jude mentioned that he had a friend he used to train with. That must have been you.
Yep. It started out as part of Leia's physical therapy.
That's right. My mom was the instructor, and she trained us good.
I see. But I can't respect a bully.
Huh?
I hear you beat Jude until he was covered in bruises.
Look, I can explain.
What are you telling other people? I can't believe you.
Ah!
Oh, sorry.
Ah, now it all makes sense. Laurent is just like you said, Jude. A little boondocks town.
Yeah, I guess it is. But Laurent is home to an awesome landmark.
Oh? What is it?
It's called the Laurent Lodge. It's a haven of rest and healing with delicious food and a family atmosphere.
Is that any different from other lodges?
It's actually just Leia's house. The family atmosphere part is true, though. Her mom will scold you if you don't clean your plate. And if you aren't out of bed for breakfast, she'll wake you. So I'm not so sure about the rest and healing part.
Damn it, Jude! Not in front of potential customers!
But it's all true, isn't it?
The most remarkable thing about Laurent is that it somehow produces people like you two.
I don't see spirit fossils anywhere.
Maybe it's time to call it a day? You shouldn't overdo it with your condition.
What do you mean, my condition? I haven't been sick since I was a kid.
That wasn't that long ago.
Wow. Welcome back, Jude. Let the nagging begin.
What's that supposed to mean?
And here I thought that Fenmont had changed you. You should stop worrying so much.
Leia, listen to me. This is serious.
Denied. I can't hear you.
You know, I think there used to be a town around here. Want to take a peek?
But we haven't completed our job yet.
Come on, school's out. Your homework doesn't have a due date anymore. When you accept a request, you can take it at your own pace.
Is that the way it works?
That's the way it works. The whole reason you took the request was to pay my fee, right? If you see another opportunity to make a few bucks, feel free to make that the priority.
I had been planning to get you paid in Niakara.
That's so? Well, you're the client. At the end of the day, it's your call.
Is it safe to leave Giselle behind?
Oh, I assure you that I'm not the only one looking out for her. The house staff has served the Sherrill family for years, and the citizens of Sherrilton are always supportive. It's all due to Lord Klein's fair leadership.
It's not just that. Giselle works really hard to stay strong.
She's so cool! No wonder she's Ellie's friend!
Indeed. We are all quite proud of our young Lady Sherrill.
Let's all strive to make her as proud of us.
Are you wounded? Let me see.
It's not bad. I'm okay.
Ellie doesn't cry?
Bringing Elise may not have been such a good idea.
Hey now, stay sharp!
There may still be enemies. You need to concentrate.
Ah, indeed. Forgive me.
Well, well. The legendary tactician brought low by a child.
But to see her grow strong like that does sweeten the sting.
I imagine watching kids mature is one of the joys of old age.
Indeed it is. And I'll be just as proud when it happens to you.
You seem to know a lot about golems. What was that you said about earth spirits?
Golems are artificial constructs created by the Rashigal army through earth spirit channeling. They can only work within particular spirit climes, but they're very powerful.
Impressive.
Isn't she smart? Although she did just hear all that from Rowan.
So she's just the conductor's parrot.
Elise learns spirit arts through intuition alone, so she hasn't made a proper study of the subject. However, once she learns something, her ability to recall it is quite impressive.
I learned a lot of other things too. Like Femmon is protected to the north and south by golems, and the Fezabel Marsh. It's an impregnable defense.
Impregnable, huh? Can you tell me what that means?
Well...
Perhaps it's time we expand our lessons beyond just spirit arts.
Leia, you can't just sneak onto a ship. That's against the law.
Oh, really, Mr. Rashigal's most wanted?
She does have you there.
Oh, don't worry. I gave the sailors free coupons to my family's lodge in exchange for my passage.
By the way, how were you able to figure out that we were headed to Lakutum Sea Haven?
Funny story. I got on a ship that I assumed was going to Sapstrath, but it turned out to be Lakutum bound.
Wait, so you got on the wrong ship and found us purely by chance?
Dumb luck is truly a frightful thing.
Hey, Milla?
Are you really Maxwell?
I am. Had I not mentioned that yet?
Ah! She isn't human! Run away!
Having seen the strength of Milla's resolve, I have no trouble believing that to be true.
So how come you look so normal?
I have taken physical form by using the elements within a human body as a catalyst. Though it has proven to be an irksome vessel with many limitations.
So Milla is Maxwell in a human body.
Well, it doesn't change who she is, right? Let's leave it at that.
It's still a little scary.
But haven't you always known Milla to be scary when she's angry about something?
I guess that's true.
Are they afraid of me? Or is that a sign of respect? Well, I suppose either will do.
I've never traveled this deep into Azul before.
Nor I. And Rashigal, very little is known about the interior regions of Azul.
Well, if anyone has any questions, fire away. I've actually come here a number of times.
Because you have a girl in Azul?
I came for work, mind you. Work. But sure, I may have met a few girls over the course of my duties.
Not the most emphatic denial. What were all those notes that you gave to Milla?
Notes? Oh, those weren't notes. Those were free massage coupons.
What? But why?
Case closed. Just let it go already.
Hey, Milla, what was in all those notes Leia gave you?
Notes? Oh, those were...
Free massage coupons!
Huh? Oh, yes. They were free massage coupons. Perhaps I'll use one right now.
One massage coming right up. You sure are tense today.
Am I? Hey, that Oh, whoa. Massages are not bad at all.
I know, right?
What is going on with these two?
Give it to us straight, Doc. How's Milla doing?
I understand this asperixis device is quite advanced, but I can't imagine it could have healed such a grievous wound in so little time.
When I first applied the asperixis, it caused such intense pain that she passed out. But now that she's more used to it, she can tolerate it, as long as she doesn't exert herself.
Doesn't sound like she's ready for any kind of battle. Sorry, I shouldn't give you such a hard time. It's not like Milla would let a little pain slow her down, right?
Thank you for the explanation. We'll take the lead for a while and give Milla time to rest.
As long as I'm on the battlefield, I'm sure we'll get by.
Thanks, guys.
That Ivor guy is something else, huh?
Apparently, he's Milla's handmaid. But perhaps we shouldn't be surprised at her unusual taste in friends.
They don't get much weirder than that. You're one to talk, Tipo.
He scared me. He was so mad at Jude.
Well, he does attract the weird ones. You're one to talk, Leia. Hey, what's that supposed to mean?
Sounds like Ivor found some useful information. I hadn't heard about these wyverns before.
Wyverns are a special breed of flying monster native to a remote region of Azul. They're quite intelligent but very rare, and only those who have mastered a special art can train them.
Is it really safe to ride one?
That depends. I've heard that if a naughty child tries to ride, the wyvern will gobble her right up.
Is that true? Don't worry, Ellie's a good kid.
Yeah, she'll be fine. But what about you?
It would be a shame to see Tipo get eaten. That can't be good for a wyvern's stomach.
Huh? No! You can't let it eat me! It's okay! You're a good kid, too!
Well, he's a gullible one. I can tell you that much.
So there are just rock slides from time to time? This is a really dangerous city.
And yet the cliff looks stable in the area around the statues.
We have to be careful here.
I'll keep looking up while I walk. Ah!
Careful now. You still have to look where you're going. An abundance of caution can be as dangerous as a shortfall.
Right. Got it. A bum dance often can be as dangerous as a shortfall. Were you even listening?
I can't believe they seriously keep monsters as pets. Azul sure is weird.
I'd rather have a cute pet, like a dog or something.
Oh, so you're a dog person. I am too.
Same here. They're way funner to be around.
Oh, come on. Cat beats dog any day. You dog types are just emotionally needy.
Nowadays, it's cat owners who are the needy ones. Oh, you put on fake cat ears and cat tails, saying meow after every other word. Absolutely ridiculous.
Who does that? True cat lovers admire cats for their independence. What about you, Elise? I bet you're a cat person.
I always wanted to have a pink pig.
But I thought you were a Tipo person.
What's your favorite kind of animal, Milla?
Me? You should know my favorite animal by now. It's you humans, of course.
People here sure get excited about these tournaments.
Do you not like competitive sports?
I don't have anything against them, but I don't get the appeal either. I guess that isn't very manly of me, huh?
I don't consider that a bad thing. It definitely defines who you are. The world is far more interesting with people being different from one another.
Thanks. That makes me feel a little better about it. But hey, don't get me wrong. I'm still interested in the tournaments from a cultural perspective. Don't they have some major significance in the history of Azul?
The clans have a history of lengthy conflicts and a shared reverence for individual strength. The purpose of the tournaments may be a way to unify the clans under their common belief.
Let's hope that belief binds them together, rather than causing more turmoil.
Our foes in the arena used arts without casting them. Is that Spyrix technology?
It is. But there are many types of Spyrix, which can employ different amounts of mana. The Spyrix we saw in the arena is at a far lower level than the type I encountered earlier.
To command that much power at even a low level is a terrifying concept.
And unfortunately, a reality. Even worse, such power was obtained from murdering spirits.
How bad is your wound?
Well, I failed at the job I was sent to do, and now you guys are here. The wound to my pride might be mortal.
And now you've betrayed Exodus too.
Yeah, well, don't worry about that. For all you know, I might have even staged all that.
You're just the traitor type, aren't you?
Yep, that's just who I am.
Well, regardless, thanks for risking your life for us.
My. You really are the honor student type.
Yeah, that's just who I am. I don't understand. What did Exodus take from Tipo?
Alvin?
Answering that would violate the mercenary client privilege, but whatever. I imagine they swiped his data memory. Basically, boosters need a compatible partner, and they said they'd never seen a more compatible match than Elise and Tipo. So I bet the data Tipo recorded is going to be a big deal in the world of booster development.
But what does Exodus want with boosters when they already have Spyrix?
Sorry, I don't know the answer to that. But we do know one thing.
Indeed. It certainly can't be anything good.
So what's the deal with that giant guy in Elise? Is that her stalker or something?
What's a stalker?
It's like when someone's super obsessed with everything you do and follows you around.
I see. So you would be Jude's stalker, for example.
What? Milla, how could you?
Doesn't it seem like that man knows the truth about Elise's past?
Zhao seemed very concerned about Elise's well-being, but I don't know why.
Zhao, you say? I've heard that name before.
He might be a warrior of some renown. He has a remarkable talent for controlling monsters.
Interesting. It seems that Exodus has slipped through our fingers.
There's nothing we can do about that now. They must be as desperate as we are, given their behavior.
And what do you intend to do about Alvin?
If we send him away, he'll only follow us, and we can't neutralize him by force without risking our own lives. Therefore, the safest solution is to keep him where we can see him. Besides, for good or for ill, that man has the power to change the circumstances of any situation. That is not a power to be dismissed lightly.
Nor is the wisdom of the Lord of Spirits.
Jude told me that normally the 4 great spirits follow you everywhere. Is that for real?
Yes, but...
No way! So how does it feel to command them?
I'm not sure how to answer that. They've always been with me, so it just feels... normal.
They're always with you, huh? So I guess it's like Elise and Tipo.
Interesting. So Elise may feel the same way about Tipo as I feel about the 4. When you put it that way, the way I've treated her seems quite insensitive.
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing. I can't afford to get swept up in sentiment at a time like this.
Tipo, please! Stop saying mean things to Leia!
But that's on you, Elise.
No! I don't want to insult my friends!
But at the bottom of your heart, don't you want to?
No! You're wrong! Don't say things like that! Bad, Tipo, bad!
Hey, take it easy, you two.
But Tipo's been saying horrible things!
It's all right. I don't mind.
Always meddling with us just 'cause you're a few years older.
But I like it when Leia meddles.
Yep, she really does feel that way.
Oh, thanks, Elise. Guess I'll keep right on meddling then.
So Zhao is one of King Gaius's henchmen.
One of 4. They're called the Chimeriad, because each member embodies a different weapon of the Chimera. Wings, horn, stinger, and fangs. I've heard rumors about them.
Like what?
It isn't public knowledge, but 2 years ago, hostilities broke out on Shrade Island. Rashagal sent 120 elite soldiers, but the rumors say they were wiped out by 4 enemy agents.
4 people defeated 120 soldiers?
Sounds like we shouldn't wake the beast.
Mission accomplished!
You knew that we'd have to escape, so that's why you left Tipo with the guard.
Yes, I knew that it would end up being Milla who treated with King Gaius. And when Milla fully expresses herself, well, I figured something would happen.
I see why you were cautious.
Yep, just as predicted.
Oh, I know what that's called. That means Milla's a troublemaker.
Yo, Milla! Did you hear the whole thing?
I can't deny the truth of your words, but there is one thing I'd like to add. By that definition, wouldn't Tipo be a troublemaker as well?
Well,
I guess that's...
What? You're not gonna defend me?
Is it true Hamil was attacked?
I'm surprised that you would care. The people of that village treated you horribly.
It's true that we were bullied a lot.
But there was a man who gave us fruit, and a woman who put a blanket over me so I wouldn't get cold. They didn't deserve to have horrible things happen to them.
I see.
And having a great spirit running wild would be so scary.
It was the Rashigal army that attacked, right? Why would they do that?
I don't know. It seems we'll have to head to Rashigal to find out. And more importantly, to ensure the tragedy of Hamil is not repeated.
Yes. That man in black suddenly started speaking some weird language.
That was Longdao, the language of the clan that used to rule Azul.
Do you speak it?
Not really, but I can understand it to some degree.
But what made him abruptly start speaking like that?
It appeared to be some sort of battlefield transformation. A side effect of his booster, perhaps.
Does that mean I'll start speaking some weird language too?
Then you wouldn't be able to talk to anyone.
Relax, that won't happen. His booster is totally different from Tipo. And if you did start speaking some weird language, I would totally learn it so we could still talk.
Thank you.
Are you good with languages, though?
Well, that's beside the point.
Flying was so much fun!
The wyverns weren't as scary as I thought they'd be.
I'm just glad they didn't eat you.
Too bad they didn't eat Alvin the traitor.
Oh, did I forget to mention wyverns only eat children? But they don't eat their flesh. They nibble away at their souls, so gently that the kids don't even notice. While you were enjoying soaring through the sky, most of your soul could have been chewed away.
That's a lie. That's total nonsense.
I was right to be afraid!
They make it too easy.
And the walking begins.
I'm sure you can see why it wouldn't be practical to ride the wyverns into Fenmont.
You'd get spotted right away!
Yes, there'd be no avoiding a battle, and civilians would get dragged into it.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But is it really okay to leave the wyverns alone like that?
They shouldn't have anything to fear from the monsters.
Because the monsters are their friends?
Oh, no. The wyverns may look docile, but they can be quite tough when they need to be. Monsters aren't their friends. Monsters are their food.
Really?
Oh, I was right to be afraid!
Ah, what a relief. I should have known things would be fine at the manor.
Yeah, Drissel really kept things together.
Oh, I knew Lady Drissel would do fine. I have great faith in her strength of spirit.
Then what were you so concerned about?
I couldn't stop worrying that I had forgotten to shut off my bedroom lamp.
You were that worried about a lamp?
What if I had caused a fire? I couldn't get the thought out of my mind.
I can relate to that. Once the worry sets in, it never leaves. Ever since I left home, I've been wondering if I remembered to close the lid on my bottle of dried gels.
I certainly hope you did. Dried gels swell up and burst if they absorb too much moisture.
Maybe I should send a letter home and ask Dad to check.
We're on our way to pick a fight with a king, and this is what keeps you up at night?
Many of the provisions we packed are nearing their expiration date.
You sure do sweat the little things. I'm surprised you could handle being a tactician.
It is a tactician's duty to consider and prepare for every possible complication. Momentary oversights bring enduring wounds.
But isn't it also true that a moment's hesitation can lead to a lifetime of regret?
It is, which is why a leader must make snap decisions without hesitation.
Then I shall make the call. We will continue to eat the provisions until 2 months past the expiration date.
Yes, ma'am.
You must love that about her. The fact that she can cut through all your worries in an instant.
Are we talking about the way I feel about her or the way you do?
Back in Fenmont at last.
All thanks to you and the others.
Can you believe this is where we first met? That feels like forever ago.
I suppose it does. This probably isn't something I need to say again, but...
I know. There's no time for waxing sentimental.
Right.
Are you thinking about the mayor? I understand how you feel. My teacher at school was killed by that same awful machine.
It's not that. It's that I'm not actually sad at all.
Is Elise a heartless monster?
Elise. Do you think she got what she deserved?
Of course not. The mayor suffered horribly. What happened was so awful.
Would a heartless monster get so mad about what happened to the mayor? Would she shed tears over it?
No, I guess not. We have to destroy that stupid Lance.
Why did that Agria girl say such awful things to me? Is that wretched little urchin actually nobility?
Yes, I do believe that she is the scion of the Travis family. The Travis estate was destroyed by arson a few years ago. Most of the Travises died in the blaze.
She lost her whole family? No wonder she turned out that way.
How interesting. You can sympathize with someone you despised mere seconds ago.
Yeah, I guess that's the kind of thing Agria would say reeks of naivete.
Perhaps she would. But I find it to be a kind and gentle smell.
I agree. Oh dear. Perhaps we're starting to smell a bit cheesy ourselves.
Thanks, you guys.
Wow, Orta Palace is huge! And it's so sparkly and pretty!
I've never seen anything like it.
The entirety of Orta Palace was made out of a single lumen tree. They channeled spirits to grow it into the shape of this giant palace in just 5 years.
This is a single tree?
Wow, their spirit arts are incredible.
Oh, you guys actually believe me?
No, not at all.
We just thought it sounded true!
Isn't that the same thing?
It must be awful to lose a friend.
Poor Rowan.
I'm sorry for your loss.
I'm fine, everyone. Fighting such an impassioned battle gave Noctigal and I a chance to understand each other again. We have walked different paths, but it was good to remember a time when we called each other friend. I have no regrets whatsoever.
I see. Then there is nothing further for me to say.
Do you think that King Noctigal felt the same way?
For Owen's sake, I sure hope so.
Yes, I do believe he did. Thank you. All of you.
I can't figure it out. Who could have fired those arrows that killed Noctigal?
I have no idea. But for an instant, I sensed a strength that was equal to the power of a great spirit.
Well, it's definitely not your pals, since they're trapped in the Lance. Wasn't there also talk about a great spirit-like presence in the attack on Hemil?
There are two possibilities. Either the enemy has found a way to control the Four, or there are other great spirits of which I am not aware.
So we're going to end up fighting a great spirit either way. Wonderful.
I understand that humans haven't engaged in large-scale warfare since the Battle of Fezabel 20 years ago.
For someone who doesn't meddle in human business, you sure seem to know a lot about our history.
I read a book about recent human history while I was convalescing in Laurent.
You read it in a book? Guess Jude's not the only honor student.
The book confirmed my theory. Humans haven't changed one bit since ancient times.
And I suppose your impression of ancient times also comes from a book.
Did you say something?
Oh, I just said that as long as humans never change, we mercenaries will never go hungry. Has our eminent tactician figured out how the enemy plans to cross Fezabel Marsh?
I'm afraid not. During the Renome season, the marsh flow weakens enough to make a crossing possible. But spirit climb changes have been thrown off kilter. The marsh flow should remain active.
What's this marsh flow?
The marsh's many bodies of water are linked together, with their water flowing through underground channels. If you were to fall into one, you'd get carried off to who knows where.
Oh, that wouldn't be a problem. I'm a great swimmer.
The maze of channels is quite complicated. It could be 10 years before you're finally pulled to the surface.
Yikes. Don't know if I can hold my breath for that long.
And yet the enemy intends to cross it with a full army. That leads me to one conclusion.
That Arjul has a tactician even greater than the conductor himself?
Yes. The key to Rashagal's strategy is the hill that overlooks the basin where the two armies are fighting.
You believe they will set the Lance of Kresnik there?
It seems likely. From there, they can snare the entire enemy army while they're all gathered together. If the Lance of Kresnik truly is a mana-powered weapon, it would be a very advantageous location. But to think Deputy Chief of Staff Gillen could pick out that spot so accurately is quite a surprise.
Such a man must not be taken lightly.
I had always thought him a talentless lickspittle who won his position by flattering Noctigal. But it may be time to reassess that opinion.
We have to fight hard for everyone's sake.
We can do it!
Are you feeling well?
Huh? Why do you ask?
At your age, you should be worrying about yourself.
Oh, it's nothing important. But if your health changes, please tell me right away.
What he probably means is, if you gotta pee, do it before the war breaks out.
I'm fine.
Mind your own bladder.
Well, certainly no sign of side effects yet.
I guess the water channels beneath Fezabel Marsh brought me here. I wonder how far they pulled me.
Who knows?
Hey, do you know if Milla's safe?
The Lord of Spirits is fine.
Good. I mean, Maxwell couldn't ever actually die, right?
That's right. Unless Maxwell were to use a mortal human body as a catalyst.
You know, it's funny how different you two are.
Is that so?
Yeah, Milla's much more... No, never mind.
As you wish.
Are you really Milla's sister?
I am. Although it differs from the way you humans conceive of sisterhood. In what way? I couldn't say. I know little about the human version of the concept.
But you brought it up!
So, elementally, what kind of spirit are you?
Oh my! What temerity to ask such a personal question.
Wait, what?
Alvin!
You're committing sexual harassment!
Wait, hold on, I didn't mean anything.
Oh, okay then.
Sheesh, every bit the painter's sister is, but in a completely different way.
What were those flying ships and soldiers that appeared from the sky?
It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? Perhaps it was all a dream?
Come on.
And when Zhao died, was that a dream too?
If you forget all about it, it might as well be. Just let it fade away in the morning light. No need to lug that baggage around.
So, do you know something about who those people were?
You know, I feel like I may have had a dream about them.
What an amusing fellow you are.
Those aqua dragons sure weren't shy about coming after us.
They must have been half-starved or something. I bet there's not much to eat in this spirit climb.
It was probably my fault. I fought them before we all met.
You fought the aqua dragons by yourself?
I had to.
They were trying to eat me. I was so scared.
Oh, are aqua dragons drawn to garish trinkets? Tipo isn't a trinket. As you say. I suppose it does appear to be somewhat edible, and looks quite tasty, in fact.
No, don't eat me!
You two must have brought me here after I fell into the marsh flow.
Yep, and you're a whole lot heavier than you look.
We put you in the cave to rest while Leia and I split up to search for an exit.
Forgive me. I've been a burden to you.
Hey, come on, don't worry about it. We're all lucky just to have made it off that battlefield alive.
Indeed, we are. In any case, I am glad you are well.
Of course I am. Maxwell can't afford to die.
I know Milla said there was a world outside Rieze Maxia, but I still can't believe it.
Nor I. And yet I can find no other explanation for the army that suddenly appeared from the sky. Is it possible that those flying vessels were from somewhere within Rieze Maxia?
I doubt that.
Then if we have eliminated the impossible, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth.
I've heard that from Jude before. Something about an egg. Let's see, one world inside the egg and one world outside it? Ugh, it's so damn hot in here. All I can think about is the egg frying on one of those rocks.
Indeed. Let us focus on finding a way out of here.
That monster's body was covered in flame.
That was a fire teagle. It's a monster with a very powerful mana lobe.
So you're saying it channeled those flames?
It can simultaneously maintain two arts, offensive and defensive, and uses them to wrap itself in flame.
Whoa, that thing's better at spirit arts than I am.
It even uses the flames on its back to cook its prey before it consumes it.
Huh. For a monster, it's quite the chef.
Indeed it is. Maintaining the right level of flame to cook a creature whole is a serious culinary challenge.
Thanks for that lovely image, Rowan. You know it was trying to eat us, right? As if it wasn't hot enough, now we have this!
A river of magma. I've never seen such a thing.
Really? I see them quite frequently. For example, when a freak gets mad at Gnome for oversleeping, and those two go at it, the surrounding area usually ends up being reduced to a pool of lava.
The great spirits of fire and earth fight with each other?
Then Undine will tell them to cool it and flood the area with water, causing a huge explosion.
Surely this happens only rarely.
No, it happens all the time.
Only to you, Milla.
I'm getting the shivers just thinking about it.
I have you to thank for saving Jude.
Not at all. Jude was quite a help to me. Thanks to his direct tethering with me, I was able to recharge much of my lost mana.
Jude, you direct tethered with her?
Yeah. Muse asked me to. Was that bad?
Bad? It's, direct tethering is something a spirit and a human do when,
Since we were together constantly, he was able to fill me with loads of mana.
I had no idea you were that kind of man.
Milla, wait! Why is she so angry?
I can't believe you'd ask me to explain that to you. Do you just want to hear me say it? Is that what you're into?
Someone tell me what is going on with these spirits. My neck is killing me.
Did you sleep on it wrong?
No, it's been this way since I was swept into the Fezabel marsh flow.
I have a poultice you can use, although it was intended for lower back pain.
Jude, it's pretty faint, but I think there's a footprint on your face.
Huh. I did have a dream that Agria was repeatedly stomping my head.
From the size and shape of that footprint, it would seem that dream was no dream at all.
What is wrong with her? Why would she do that?
Maybe she was trying to apologize, saying we got off on the wrong foot?
Oh dear. I'm going to chalk this one up to a concussion.
You don't know how close you just came to getting another boot in your face.
I'm sorry for getting you tangled up in this war.
Not at all. I welcome the opportunity. As a spirit, I can never forgive those who use Spyrex.
It is good to have your strength on our side. You have my gratitude.
Your gratitude? As a big sister, what choice do I have but to keep my little sister out of trouble?
A bit condescending, aren't we?
Ah, isn't it wonderful to have a family?
Is that what we are?
It would seem so.
How long do you intend to accompany us?
However long I must. It is my duty to serve Lord Maxwell in the eradication of this Exodus group of Spyrex users.
I don't recall ordering that.
Your memories are your own, but it is the truth.
Regardless, it sure is good to have a great spirit on our side.
Yes. And I would be most grateful if you would continue to direct tether with me.
I knew it. You really are in that kind of relationship.
But why won't anyone explain this to me?
Don't stare at me like that!
What exactly is this strange object that is speaking to me?
Strange? Strange? Maybe you should take a peek in the mirror, weirdo!
Oh my, rude as well as strange. I cannot say that I am fond of it.
The mean spirit lady is calling me rude!
Tipo, are you okay? Wow, she can even frazzle Tipo. I bet she really is stronger than Milla.
It's her natural obliviousness that makes her so formidable.
Unless that's just an act. Although that would be even scarier.
That's no act. She is Milla's sister, after all.
And you just say that in front of me? Who's the oblivious one now?
So you've lost the four and gathered these strange humans in their place. What a peculiar choice.
And my band of strange companions keeps growing.
Can I ask a question?
What is it?
It's about Zhao.
Do you know why he saved Elise?
A difficult question. I could speculate, but we'd have no way of knowing if I was right.
It looked to me like he sacrificed himself to honor a vow he had made. But what sort of vow and to whom, I couldn't begin to guess.
So nobody knows.
Why not ask the other members of the Chimeriad? They would know Zhao better than we do.
But they're so scary.
You guys do it!
That could certainly be arranged. However,
Would you be satisfied with an answer that you didn't find for yourself?
That's true. Listen, Milla, about Ivor.
Why are you whispering?
Because Ivor can hear a pin drop half a mile away.
That's true. When he flew in on that wyvern, he was able to hear everything we said. So what is it?
I wouldn't worry you two. It's the wyverns that have great hearing, not Ivor. They navigate by channeling wind spirits to bring them every noise within miles. They probably just told Ivor what they heard.
Do you really think so?
If your handmaid really had such good ears, don't you think you'd be a little less deaf to subtext?
Oh.
So what about Ivor?
Huh? Oh, I was just going to ask why he's so deaf to subtext when he has such great ears.
Ah, a popular topic apparently.
Alvin, can you lead the way?
Sorry, kid. I don't know the way. Gillen and I don't really get along. It's been 20 years since I've been here.
You always fail when we need you most!
Aw, cut me some slack. Look, I'll make it up to you. When we see that Celsius chick, I'll take her down.
You said you wanted to kill Gilland.
Oh, did I?
I can't believe you.
Well, if you do remember anything, let us know, okay?
Truth is, I'd rather not remember.
So the Lance of Kresnik is supposed to be on this ship. We have to find it and free the four great spirits.
Especially since they're Milla's friends.
Yes, the four might understand the reason I'm so conflicted.
Milla?
Oh, it's nothing. Don't worry about it.
Keep spacing out like that and we'll have to leave you here.
Well now, you've grown quite brazen with the Lord of Spirits. It is you who should worry about keeping up with me.
Oh, right. That's the Milla we know.
We'll be right behind you.
It's this way. Hurry.
Milla, you're bleeding. Stop for a second.
Huh? I hadn't noticed. They must have caught me off guard.
Even the mighty Maxwell needs to keep her head in the game.
As if I wouldn't know that. Sorry.
It's okay. There you go, all taken care of. Let's keep going. Alvin, didn't you tell me that your weapon channeled fire spirits?
Ah, sorry. That was a lie. I don't have a mana lobe, so I can't channel anything.
Yet your weapon doesn't seem to be Spyrex-based.
Even I'm not foolish enough to pack Spyrex around the Lord of Spirits.
What's it like to not have a mana lobe?
It feels perfectly normal to me. What's it feel like to have one? Is it fun being able to control spirits?
I wouldn't say fun, exactly.
It does have its downsides. Like, our skill with spirit arts pretty much determines our future.
Ah, yeah, that doesn't apply to Spyrex. It's the same for everyone.
Indeed. It kills spirits regardless of who uses it.
Ah, come on. Don't look at me like that. We may not have mana lobes, but the people of Olympias are still the human beings you love so much.
Jude seems a little different now. I'm not sure what it is.
Yeah, maybe he's grown a little tougher?
Young men can mature dramatically in very short periods of time. Jude seems to have found the resolve to confront the harsh truths of the world.
Women grow up too, you know. We have no choice but to.
Yes.
So you can grow big bazongas like Milla.
That's not the sort of growing up we mean.
I shall do whatever I must to see you all safely into adulthood.
So Leia, it was just you and Jude for a while, huh?
Pretty much.
Did you cook for him?
Yeah, sure.
And anything else?
Like what? Elise, if you have something you want to say, come say it to me straight.
You're the one who needs to be telling it straight.
Nothing happened, okay? Nothing at all.
Boring.
That's too bad.
You'll get him next time.
Damn it, Elise. I can't believe you had Tipo Bad caught me like that. I can't believe how cool Gaius is. He's got soldiers from both Azul and Rashigal heeding his every word.
That is pretty impressive. But Leia, you need to watch your tone around him. You're way too casual.
I was legitimately afraid for your life.
Oops. I guess my excitement got the better of me. You think Gaius was pissed?
Who knows? He never shows any emotion.
A man in charge of 2 nations probably doesn't care about such trifles. Probably.
Yeah, I thought so. It's no biggie.
But try not to get carried away next time, okay?
Indeed. Push a man like that too far, and you'll be dead before you see the sword leave his sheath.
Yeah, next time I'll keep a lid on it.
Muse is like a totally different person now.
She was never a person. She's a different spirit.
She's no different. This was her true nature all along.
I don't know if that's the case.
How come?
She's just been following orders this whole time. I wonder what she's feeling inside. It could be completely different from her outward actions. She might simply be lost, like I used to be.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Don't get me wrong, I can't forgive what she's done. It's just...
I know. Nice guy Jude has to walk a mile in the enemy's shoes. Just remember what we're here to do.
I know, she has to be stopped. We have to stop her.
I can't believe he turned on us! Stupid featherneck!
He really caught us off guard.
Why would he do that after he told me about Zhao?
When Wingle makes a decision like this, he's thinking only of King Gaius. He would do anything, and stop at nothing for the good of his king.
He must really look up to Gaius.
I think it's more complicated than that.
Gaius and Wingle aren't friends?
They are friends. They share the same ideals, and they walk the same path, which is what makes it so complex. They are close friends, and yet at the same time, fierce rivals.
What does that mean? I don't get it.
Leia, do you understand?
Not really. I guess it's like the dude version of being a catty schoolgirl.
That's surprisingly accurate, actually.
Looks like Ivor's angry at me again.
It looked to me as though Ivor's anger was mostly with himself. I do believe you have won his approval.
I have?
Yes, but Ivor is a prideful man, and can ill endure the humiliation of defeat.
That's probably why I got that feeling he won't show up again.
You almost sound sad about that. Ivor has done nothing but yell at you.
I certainly didn't like that part. But if we could have done it in a civilized fashion, it would have been nice to sit down and talk for once.
I see.
Muse seems to be getting crazier and crazier.
It isn't easy to lose the person who guides you. You don't know what you're supposed to do. You lose what little confidence you have in yourself.
Hey.
It'd just be easier to do nothing.
Wouldn't that be okay?
I couldn't respect myself if I chose that path.
Hey, how's it going, Leia? Good to see you again.
What's with you?
After what happened, it hasn't been easy finding my old groove again.
I would certainly hope so.
Yeah.
So,
You at least feel bad about it, huh?
Well, yeah. Are you doing okay?
I'm alright.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.
Are you really okay with me again?
Not entirely.
Fair enough.
Oh, it is you! I never forget what these feel like!
Stop it, Tipo. Let go.
No, it's what you get for making us worry!
That's right. I want a hug too. Leave some room for me.
Even you, Leia?
No point trying to fight it.
Fine. I surrender. I'm sorry for what I put you all through. That includes you, Alvin.
That's really not necessary.
No need to be coy, or Milla won't let you into the group hug.
What, you plan on joining in too?
I don't mind.
Very well, then.
And I'm out.
Is it really you?
Do I look like someone else?
No. You're Milla, all right.
And yourself? You seem different from last I saw you.
Really?
A little bit. Looks like you grew up without me.
Could be. It doesn't change who I am, though. It's good to see you again.
Same to you.
Hey,
Listen,
Milla.
Milla. Oh, sorry.
It's fine. Go ahead.
No, after you. Mine can wait.
Why is everyone behaving so strangely?
A lot happened after you went away. It helped us grow up a bit. But growing up certainly doesn't solve everything.
I bet Alvin feels the same way.
I see. You humans mature so quickly. Then again, what adult with an ounce of common sense would hunt down Maxwell and pick a fight with him?
Well, the lack of common sense part.
That's probably your influence, Milla.
How dare you? Did Jude and Leia have a fight with Alvin?
Why do you ask?
Intuition.
Your intuition is on the mark as ever. I only heard about it after the fact, though.
Alvin tried to kill Jude, and he even shot Leia.
It didn't seem to be one of his typical betrayals. It was his actions that led to your apparent death. That must have been quite a shock to him.
That was probably true for Ivor, too.
They fought with Ivor, too?
We all did! He ran like a frightened bunny! We finished off Pressa and Agria, too!
Though that, too, was a painful conclusion for Alvin and Leia.
I see. Now I understand why everyone's changed so much.
Alvin, was Pressa her real name?
No. It was her alias as an Azul spy.
You and Pressa were friends, right? When she fell, why didn't you call her by her real name?
'Cause I forgot it. I can't be expected to remember every little thing.
That's horrible!
You really are a jerk!
Why lie about forgetting her name?
When Pressa was a kid, she was abandoned by her family, so she always hated the name they gave her.
So that's why you...
That's why nothing. When I couldn't grab her hand, I was everything they said and a whole lot worse.
What should I have done? Leia's been really sad recently.
Is it about Agria?
She slapped Leia's hand away even though Leia was trying to save her.
Why'd she have to be so cruel?
A little cruelty won't kill Leia. She must have struck some sort of nerve in Agria. Some part of herself that she just couldn't let go.
Why are you taking Agria's side?
I'm not taking her side. I just understand her is all. I know what it's like to get trapped in a prison of one's own design.
So what could we have done?
If I knew the answer to that, I wouldn't have attacked you the way I did. But I do know one thing. Leia didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah.
Obviously!
From the nature to the culture, everything on Olympia seems so different. This is your homeland, right, Alvin?
Yep. The source of the Spyrix you hate so much.
You don't sound too happy about it. Didn't you want to return here more than anything?
Well, I thought I did. I wonder why I wanted to return to this doomed world.
It is true that its spirits have withered and its plants and animals are disappearing. But Olympias isn't over yet.
The people here brought this upon themselves by using Spyrix. You aren't even the real Maxwell. Do you really intend to save humans like that?
Yes, this is a human problem. And as you know, I'm quite fond of humans. Whether I'm Maxwell or not is beside the point.
I see. Glad to hear it. I can't stand to hear Balin prattle on like that.
Really? I find him quite interesting.
He's been that way since he was a kid. That's how I knew it was him right away.
He's strange, but he's really nice.
I know. Unlike me.
Nobody's saying that.
But watch yourself around him. He has quite a mean streak. Do something embarrassing and he won't ever forget it. He'll torment you with it till your dying day.
Like what?
If he told you half the dirt he had on me, I'd never be able to show my face around you again. Just thinking about it makes my skin crawl.
You guys seem really close.
Well, I guess we were friends before he got all cynical.
Oh,
What's that? You jealous?
absolutely not.
You don't know what you're talking about.
It must be shocking for the Olympians to see us using arts without Spyrix.
Not so much shocking as terrifying. To us, it's as if you have supernatural powers.
But in a lot of ways, it's Spyrix technology that's more powerful.
People fear what they cannot understand. That's why we're so quick to discriminate against other races and cultures.
Alvin, were you scared when you first came to Rieze Maxia?
I was. The people seem like monsters to me.
And how do you feel now?
Now? You know. Some are good, some aren't.
I'm glad to hear that.
It sounds like young men from Olympias start out quite naive.
And old men are condescending no matter which world they come from.
Olympias doesn't seem to be any greener out this way.
Nope. Pretty much everywhere outside the cities is like this. If anything, it's a little worse than I remember it.
The lack of spirits must have broken the cycle of nature.
To the people of Olympias, this is what nature looks like. When I first laid eyes on the forests of Rieze Maxia, I could barely comprehend what I was seeing.
So this is the world that Spyrix has given you.
Go ahead and say it. We brought this on ourselves.
That may be true, but still.
So how far is Olympias from Rieze Maxia?
It really isn't about distance. They're, like, separated by an impassable wall. Oh, I know. Rieze Maxia and Olympias are about as far apart from each other as men and women are.
An impassable wall? Does that mean we can never go home? I won't be able to see Drusel again?
That's horrible.
No, it'll be okay. After all, we're all together. You have Milla, Jude, Rowan, and even Alvin. You know they'll figure something out.
That's true.
You're here too, Leia.
Yeah, but it's not like I'll be any help.
That isn't true. When you're here, everyone's happier.
Let's all go back to Rieze Maxia together.
Okay, it's a promise.
You look happy.
I am, now that we understand the potential of Spyrites, and it's all 'cause Jude wouldn't give up. I'm all like, yeah, take that, world.
Jude can really do great things when he tries.
I always knew that he could.
They're just as happy with his success as if it were their own.
I completely understand their sentiment, though. Jude had never been the type to lead the way. But this time, he chose a path and followed it through.
It's always good to see positive growth.
I wonder whose influence that was.
One thing's for sure, it certainly wasn't yours.
Oh? Haven't you ever heard of reverse psychology? Teaching by bad example?
At least your humility makes a fine example.
It's good to see everyone upbeat for a change.
Yes.
Let me make sure I have this straight. We use boosters to infuse spirit fossils with mana, and then a Spyrite is born. Because unlike Spyrix devices, Spyrites can use arts without harming spirits.
Did you actually take notes while Balin was talking?
Yes, but there are still things I don't understand.
If there are things you actually do understand, then you're way ahead of me. I bet Teepo'd say,
Hey, you need to study, Leia.
Ah, but after that he'd probably say, I don't understand any of this either.
probably.
Hey, no Tipo impersonations.
Ah, he heard us.
You're both being rude.
Elise, do you understand spyrite theory?
Of course I do.
There's no way replacing everything Spyrix with Spyrites is gonna be easy as it sounds. In terms of raw numbers, just think of how many Spyrites we'll need.
It's true. The Spyrites need to be researched, created, distributed. It won't happen overnight.
There is much that needs to be done. But if we can't buy more time, the spirits will go extinct.
I will buy us time. Maxwell said it himself. If we remove the schism, the mana that it contains could sustain Olympius for a considerable amount of time.
And that's what you intend to do?
Yes, it is.
It's a long road ahead for all of us.
But the more pressing problem is Gaius. If we can't stop him, it'll be too late for Olympius.
Yeah.
Muse seems to have fallen completely under Gaius's control.
I'd say it's more that Muse has finally found someone she can rely on. She had been yearning for someone to guide her.
That girl has some big-time dependency issues.
She's like my own dark shadow. I wish we could have met under different circumstances.
Whatever the nature of their relationship, Muse's ability to manipulate dimensional space is now in Gaius's hands. That is no trivial matter.
Agreed. Even the great spirits are no match for a blade that can sever dimensional barriers.
That doesn't sound promising. Should we turn tail and run away?
Yes, let's do that. Do you really think I would say such a thing?
Of course not.
You know me well.
Is this another one of Ifrid's arcs? What's it doing on Olympius?
There are words appearing on it.
My name is Ifrid. I'm an explorer seeking a foreign world known as Rieze Maxia. When I depart for it, I will gather the treasures I've collected in my adventures on Olympius and place them in arcs near my hometown as a gift to the next generation of adventurers.
Huh. So Ifrid was an Olympian.
He must have found some way to cross the schism to Rieze Maxia.
And then he never made it back to Olympius. Never figured there'd be someone else besides you guys crazy enough to go running off to other worlds. Well, let's pay our respects to our predecessor and help ourselves to his loot.
Milla.
Jude, I trust you're well. We have no time to talk.
Right. I knew you'd be fine.
I'm sure the others are too.
What matters now
is moving forward.
What a beautiful view. I bet if I yelled really loud, it would echo back.
So why not try it? You gotta do things like that while you're still young. When you get to be my age, it can get a little embarrassing.
Yeah, all right, why not? Echo!
Echo, 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 echo.
Alvin!
Alvin, 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 Alvin.
And what you're doing now isn't embarrassing?
A little, a little, a little, a little.
Apple fruits. No wonder it smells so good around here. Wow, look how juicy they are.
Is that so?
They look like they're at the peak of ripeness. Sweet with just a hint of tartness.
That sounds interesting.
Milla, you're drooling really bad.
For some reason, I can't make it stop.
Sounds like your body has awakened to the joys of eating.
Just keep those mitts off the merchandise. Our rap sheet's long enough as it is. Look out, guys. There are little bugs everywhere.
I wonder if Milla gets bitten a lot in that outfit.
You didn't know? She swats the bugs away with her hair.
Wow, like the tail of a cow!
Don't compare my crowning glory to the tail of a cow.
Crowning glory? I didn't expect such vanity from the Lord of Spirits.
Sylph styled my hair for me. He said, "You're in human form, so you need to take care of your appearance."
You have the great spirit of wind style your hair? That's incredible!
Yes, I'm quite fond of it. If I swing it around quickly, I can distract a foe between attacks.
So you do swish it like a cow.
Lilium orbs are so pretty!
Where did you get yours?
I'm not sure. One day, I just noticed it was inside Tipo.
I found it on the ground! It was so pretty, I couldn't help myself!
You ate it?
Let's be glad Tipo did. She wouldn't stand a chance out here without it.
For a tool of battle, it really is quite beautiful. The humans who designed it did quite a fine job.
A marvel born of the same human ingenuity that has spawned so many horrors.
Well said. Perhaps it's that very duality that defines humans.
So many smoke shrooms!
Yeah, they're a famous delicacy around here.
Do they taste good?
Better than you might think. I hear they're especially good in stew.
Hey, I love stew!
What if you steam them with garlic and butter? Would that be good?
Sure sounds good to me.
You could make cream of smoke shroom soup!
What if they were wrapped in bacon?
That would be amazing!
Wow, Elise. I didn't realize you liked food so much.
Oh, I just...
She's having a growth spurt. Don't judge.
So, Elise, do you know what you want to do when you grow up?
Not really.
Ellie doesn't want to grow up.
Oh, why is that?
If I grow up, people will laugh at me for holding Tipo.
We wouldn't laugh. After all, Tipo's your friend.
He's right. Go ahead and grow up. You've got nothing to worry about.
Really?
Cross my heart.
That's great, Ellie. Now you can grow up and get married like you wanted.
Shh. That's a secret.
Oh, who do you want to marry?
Nobody.
And there she goes.
You and Tipo are always together, aren't you?
Because we're best friends.
And because Tipo's so cute.
Really?
What? Of course he's cute.
Don't you think?
Well, he certainly isn't not cute, in a way that I can't quite put my finger on.
How can you not know? It's Tipo.
Oh, it's his little horns. Those are super cute.
Those are ears.
For shame! You're terrible with kids.
I'm sorry.
My aching back.
Your back hurts? Want me to give you a little therapeutic massage?
Oh, that's very generous of you.
Don't coddle the elderly kid. It never ends well.
But he's in pain.
I am grateful for the sentiment, Jude, but I worry that your hands might not be strong enough. Perhaps a massage from a nubile young woman would be more effective.
You mean me? If I had the 4, I'd have Ifrit bathe your back in flame to increase blood flow. Then have Gnome send tremors up and down your spine. That would clear it right up. But I suppose I could still do most of that with my own arts. Go ahead. Show me where it hurts.
Oh, I'm fine, really. Aches and pains are old friends to a man my age. Let's be moving on then.
Huh? You don't want the massage?
See what I mean?
Yeah, no more coddling.
Stay on guard. The enemy could be all around us.
Yes, ma'am.
How about we take a break? Would anyone care for tea?
This is hardly the time for tea.
Whatever do you mean? Here, I've steeped some of my finest blend.
Well, a moment's rest then. But stay vigilant.
This is good.
It tastes like sunshine!
It's wonderful. Not just the flavor, but the aroma too.
It's my own special mix. The aroma comes from dried fruit peels.
That's peculiar. After just 1 cup, I feel completely energized.
I'm better than ever!
Such is the magic of good tea and idle conversation.
Are you ladies feeling well? Anyone need a break?
I'm okay. You sure are friendly. I thought mercenaries were supposed to be gruff and scary.
That's just a stereotype. Although there certainly are a few like that. A true pro uses good manners and a kind demeanor to compensate for the job's shadier aspects.
Huh. I guess Alvin would be even worse if he was rude as well as devious.
I suppose.
Man, you really are cool if you can let comments like that roll off your back, little buddy.
Right? Sass from stuffed animals, cheeky teenagers calling me little buddy. Nope, don't care one bit.
Oh, that's right. I have to write to my folks. Tell them I'm going on a trip.
Leia, did you run away without telling anyone?
You're a juvenile delinquent!
Oh, relax, relax. Don't people always say if you have a cute daughter, show her the world?
I have never heard that expression before.
Your parents must be so worried. Well, you might be right. But I really wanted to go with you guys.
Perhaps if I wrote a few words to your parents, it would help to put their minds at ease.
Thanks. Dad's probably crying his eyes out by now. What about your mom? My mom? She's gotta be furious. She'd beat the living crap out of me if I came home now. Come on, let's get this show on the road.
Leia, your hand is hurt.
Oh, that's nothing. A few licks and it'll be as good as new.
I doubt that. Here, let me see it.
You're not my mom.
Spare me the bravado. I can always tell when you're faking it.
Ha! Ladies' man Jude can peer right through a woman's heart. As if...
And yet I can read you like a book.
Oh, really? What am I thinking about right now?
Let's see. Ah, got it. I'm so hungry.
Hey, that doesn't count.
It's a pain, but I better try to bang out a letter. Let's see.
Look, Alvin's writing another letter.
My dearest, now that the interseasonals have blown their last, and the spirit climb has settled, my thoughts stray to you and your well-being.
He's so formal.
He's gotta be writing to a woman.
That reminds me, Jude. How come you didn't answer any of the letters I sent to you in Fenmont?
I didn't know what I was supposed to say. You only ever talked about yourself. Also, your penmanship could use some work.
I can't believe you! You blow me off and still have the nerve to complain?
But I could barely even decipher them. You yank the pen so hard it tears the paper.
Well, maybe I'll just copy you. Your cutesy little bubble letters are straight from a little girl's diary.
What? Guys aren't allowed to write neatly? That's sexist.
I'm not being sexist. That's exactly how it looks.
Then you've proven my point. You are sexist.
I'll never run out of things to write about with these people around.
Your family runs a hotel, right? Yep, the finest in Lorand.
I don't believe we saw more than a single hotel in our entire time there.
That's false advertising.
It is not. It's perfectly factual.
Well, having a high-spirited girl like you behind the counter can't be bad for business.
Got that right. In fact, I'm putting together a new package to pull in the tourists. Oh, what is it? First, my mom will pound out their tension points with one of her chiropractic bow staff massages.
That sounds painful.
Then, a complimentary bowl of Dad's famous Hammerzam stew.
Hammerzam? Aren't those the monsters in the mines?
It's a great deal, and I'll even give you guys the off-season discount.
Ah, that sounds lovely, but I'll have to respectfully decline.
Me too.
Are you getting tired?
A little bit. Things aren't the same as they used to be.
Hey, Elise, can we borrow Tipo for a sec? Huh? Give Tipo a squeeze. You'll feel better.
Oh, this does feel good. Just the right amount of resistance. I could do this all day.
No, stop! I can't take any more!
All the stress has drained through my fingers.
I know, right? It's crazy addictive. Oh no! He's gonna get all stretched out!
I feel so violated.
Hey, sounds like they allow wagering at the Shandu Coliseum. Wanna give it a shot?
Leia really loves to gamble.
Count me out.
That's surprising. You seem like the type who would enjoy that sort of thing.
Gambling's a big thing in my hometown. I've seen it go wrong time and time again.
Oh, come on! We'd just be doing it for fun.
The folks who lose their shirts all start out saying that. It's the first rule of betting. If you're just goofing around, don't gamble. If you want to gamble, don't goof around.
So, in other words...
Only gamble when you're willing to stake everything.
Exactly.
Little dramatic, don't you think?
If you really want to play, I'm not going to stop you. Just some friendly advice.
Alvin sure got serious all of a sudden.
Maybe we should take his advice.
Yeah, let's skip the gambling.
Oops. Gotta straighten my scarf.
You sure do love that thing.
Don't you? It's one of Fismage's finest. Custom made for yours truly.
I don't know much about brands, but it does look good on you.
You gotta be careful about what you wear, kid. It's how the world judges a man.
I'd rather think what's inside is what counts.
Yeah, and this is how what's inside gets projected to the outside.
You don't believe some people shape what's outside in order to conceal the ugliness within?
Well, if you can't see through a false front, isn't that your problem?
So you blame the victims for being deceived?
If that's really what you believe, Alvin, it tells me all I need to know about what's within.
Man, I sure slipped up this time, huh?
I've seen this plant in books. I've never seen the real thing before.
Good eye. They all look the same to me.
It goes beyond visual acuity. Jude has an impressive amount of knowledge.
Ain't that the truth? Not bad for his age.
Well, I've always liked reading books. I just have a good memory for that sort of thing.
And yet my birthday totally slips his mind. Can you believe that?
I've apologized so many times. Leia only has a good memory for my failings.
I've heard that people only truly remember the things that interest them most.
Huh. I've read about that. They say a memory lapse is just your brain freeing up space for more useful information.
Well, sorry that my personal details aren't more useful to you, Jude.
Oh, no, I didn't mean it like that.
Guess he's never read a book about knowing when to shut up.
Achoo. We're all gonna catch colds at this rate.
Oh, a chance to get sick.
Do you enjoy having colds?
This will be my first time. When I had the 4, they wouldn't even let the rain and snow get me wet.
But what if you get a fever?
Ah, I did experience that when I hurt my legs. I felt like my body was burning up.
See? That's why you should try to stay healthy.
But I want to experience the sensation of having continuous nasal discharge.
I doubt that anyone else wants to see that.
It would be funny to see, though.
What I wouldn't do to be in front of a warm fireplace right now.
I'd certainly kill for a nice steaming bowl of stew.
Ooh, you'd kill for stew? For once, I understand exactly what you mean.
Milla, isn't your stomach cold?
It's fine. Oh, mucus!
Looks like you're having fun over there.
I am. The human body is truly a cumbersome thing.
Anyway, who's ready to eat?
You went to medical school here, didn't you?
Young students burning with passion, living their dreams. I bet you miss those days.
Not really. We studied and trained all day, every day. I never did anything particularly memorable.
Lame. That is so you.
Even those days of toil will one day be treasures to you.
I would have liked to have gone to school myself.
You should have. Maybe you'd have learned how to behave like a normal person.
Did you go to school, Leia?
Sure did. I was the class vice president.
Then going to school doesn't seem to help with behavior at all.
You might be right about that. Hey, wait a minute.
I wonder what school's like.
I bet you want to go to school too, huh? Don't worry. As soon as we find a nice, safe place for you to live, you can start going.
I don't want to go.
Oh? May I ask why?
Because if I bring Tipo to school, won't they get mad at me?
You needn't worry about that. I'll ask them to let Tipo go too.
I can go too?
Sure. Leia used to take dogs and cats to school with her.
Then I do want to go.
Why didn't you tell us sooner?
I hope we'll be able to send Elise to school soon.
Indeed. And I'd like to see you continue your education as well. Mark my words, Jude. One of these days, life will return to normal.
Yeah, I guess it will.
Giant lumps of metal soaring through the sky. Kinda terrifying, isn't it?
You think so? I find the idea fascinating.
I'm quite excited myself, riding in a flying ship. It's beyond my wildest dreams.
Why are boys so into stuff like this?
I fail to see the appeal myself.
Hey, Muse, do these things ever fall out of the sky?
I don't know, but
But what?
I don't really care. If it did, I'd just fly away. Well, that settles that. I'll be holding on to you.
That hit the spot.
Oh, the soup was quite satisfying.
Yes, the flavor was deep and refined.
Really? You didn't think it was a little bland?
Forgive me for saying so, Alvin, but your palate is too crude to appreciate such a delicate balance of flavors.
My, aren't you the expert?
It must have taken a great deal of effort for the chef to create such a layered flavor profile.
Wow, you're really particular about food.
Indeed, I am. Cooking is something of a hobby of mine.
I would love to try one of your dishes.
It would be an honor to serve you. But the problem is, I use only the finest ingredients, which I insist on growing or raising myself. Naturally, I blend my own seasonings, and all of my recipes incorporate appropriate seasonal ingredients arranged in perfect harmony. But due to my relentless quest for culinary perfection, I have yet to actually complete my first dish.
Sounds like quite the pursuit.
Hey, Alvin, why is Tipo always talking about bazongas? What does that even mean?
Oh, he finally asks. It seems you're ready to take the first steps towards becoming a man.
Why do you have to make everything so weird? Forget I even asked.
Bazongas are the burning fire at the heart of manhood.
Rowan?
Jude, there are times to play it cool, but a man who fears his own passions is no man at all.
Yes, exactly what I was trying to say.
I'm not even sure I know what we're talking about.
Then you will never know bazongas. You have to want it, Jude. You have to need it.
Then teach me about bazongas.
I can barely hear you. You have to mean it.
Teach me about bazongas!
Whoa! Don't go shouting things like that!
Don't scold him, Leia. I read about this in a book. It's called Puberty. We're supposed to be understanding and supportive.
Don't hate us.
There's no shame in being burned by the fire of manhood.
Jude! We're such great pals!
Hey! Why do you always chomp my face?
As a sign of affection.
I've never seen Tipo get so close with anyone else before.
So that was like a Tipo kiss.
It was? My first kiss was stolen by Jude?
Stolen? That should be my line. I can't believe I'm having this conversation with a puppet.
Don't be coy, Jude.
You have to take responsibility.
Oh, Jude.
Responsibility? Responsibility for what?
Oh dear. Jude, your clothes are torn. Please hold still for a moment. Be done in just a jiffy here.
Wow, as good as new. Thanks.
Nice job. Those are Jude's best clothes, you know. He spent days fretting over exactly what to get. He bought them for his move to Fenmont because he was terrified he'd look like a country bumpkin.
That's surprisingly adorable of you.
Go right ahead. Blab all my secrets.
That's a fine story. Please take good care of them.
How did you get to be so good at sewing anyway?
I learned it when I was in the military. Originally, it was just so I could sew up the lips of any of my men who leaked vital information. After that, I took up needlepoint as a hobby. Oh, that's such an embarrassing story, though. Let's keep that a secret between us.
Guess that's one secret she won't spill.
Oh, that's some fine staffmanship.
I'm still learning. I won't quit training till it's an extension of my body.
Your dedication to your art is admirable. It puts mine to shame.
Oh, I don't know about that.
Now don't get all psyched up just because she praised you.
Whatever, I'm psyched! Yeah! Ow! My head.
See? What did I just tell you?
No, it really hurts.
You'll be fine. Here, I'll take care of it for you.
Leia truly handles her staff well, but Jude handles Leia even better. I'm impressed with your ability to handle a different weapon in each hand.
When I was a kid, I was left-handed, so I worked at strengthening my right arm instead.
That shows good combat sense. I imagine you needed special training to learn how to wield a sword with your offhand.
That must have been tough.
No, it had nothing to do with combat, just part of my daily life. You know me, always a girl on each arm. And it would be rude to handle each of them differently.
What? And here I was starting to respect you.
I'm leaving.
Are 2 arms even enough for you?
With a woman of your stature, maybe not.
Good. I'd hate for you to think that you can handle me with just 1.
Weird food again.
It's not weird, it's delicious.
Leia's right. Everything's been great.
Oh, when you're young like you two, everything tastes good.
And when you're as old as you are, you complain about everything.
I'm not complaining. I just want to eat something normal. You know, scrambled eggs or something.
Ah, I understand. You want your mother's home cooking. The older a person gets, the more they crave the food from their youth.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
I wonder what home cooking is like.
Oh, my apologies.
Adults can't help but get nostalgic over these things. Elise, never forget that weird food you just had. That way, when you're an adult, you'll always remember this moment.
As if she'd ever want to remember you, Alvin. Right, Elise?
But please don't forget about old Rowan.
I promise I'll remember everyone for as long as I live.
Even if she'd rather forget a certain someone.
Thanks, Elise.
It's snowing.
It sure is.
I just thought up a snow song. It snowed last night. It snowed last night. Milla and the 4 had a pillow fight.
Sylph tore up the clouds in sight, tossed down all the feathers white.
What a great song.
That was perfect.
What was that?
Elise has a new hobby?
Everyone sure has gotten stronger.
Especially you. You've really improved.
I appreciate the increased strength, but I worry I'm bulking up too much.
Never took you for one to care.
Of course. The Lord of Spirits needs a suitable vessel.
Better to be toned than to be out of shape.
Totally. Strength is beauty.
I think it's a good look.
Buff Milla is the best Milla.
Well, if everyone thinks so, maybe I will try to tone up a bit more.
Do it, Milla! Yoked out bazongas!
Okay, yoked out bazongas!
I'm not sure you'd want that.
Is it just me, or are we the strongest group ever?
Whoa, come on, Leia. You need to calm down.
No, Jude, you need to calm the heck up. Why can't you be happy about this?
I, for one, am moved by our achievement. I never imagined I'd be so strong at this age.
That is quite an accomplishment.
No icky back can stop you!
I'm proud of you, Rowan.
Now you've done it all, huh?
Whatever do you mean? The legend of mighty Giza has only just begun.
See, Jude, you need to be more like Rowan. Get into the spirit.
Guards down.
What?
No matter how strong you get, you still drop your guard when you get excited. You need to work on that.
That whole act was just to catch me off guard?
Possibly. Oh, but I truly am happy to be this strong.
That's 1 point for Rowan.
Fine, I'll be more careful.
We sure are good. Don't you feel like we've mastered combat at this point?
I must say, I had no idea that the human body was capable of so much.
Yeah! At this rate, I could probably hold my own against my mom in a fistfight.
Yeah, but if she had her staff...
Oh, I'd be dead within seconds.
Surely that's an exaggeration.
Is your mom really that strong?
I wouldn't say strong so much as invincible.
She could probably take down 10 average fighters in a single second.
This reminds me of the rumor about a demon who walks the earth in Lorand. They say about 10 years ago, the demon wiped out a group of bandits that was giving even the army trouble.
Yeah, that was my mom. The bandits gave her some lip one day while she was out shopping.
Wow! Your mom's amazing!
No kidding. I guess we still have a long way to go.
Human potential runs so deep.
Well, we've certainly logged a good amount of real-world combat experience.
Indeed. I feel that I fully understand the fundamentals. The trick seems to be viewing the blade as an extension of my body and swinging it intuitively.
That's not one of the fundamentals. That's the final stage of mastery.
Oh, is it?
Well, I still get frightened every time I fight.
You should use that fear to fuel your punches.
I do. After all, it's either them or me.
If you've taken that lesson to heart, then you're a true warrior in my book. Honestly, I don't know which one of you scares me more.
Fighting's almost second nature at this point.
You really do have a knack for combat. Maybe you should look into a career as a mercenary. I'd teach you everything you need to know.
Me? A mercenary?
No way! I couldn't bear to see Jude turn out like Alvin!
Teepo's right. Yeah, that wouldn't suit Jude at all.
Nor would I trust Alvin's guidance on the matter.
It's unanimous then. Motion denied.
Ouch, that's harsh. When did I become the least influential member of the party?
Don't worry, Alvin. The least influential member isn't you. That would be the guy whose opinion is completely ignored even when the topic is focused around him.
Don't let it get you down, kid. That last battle was a little too close.
Agreed. If Jude hadn't been there to save us, it would not have ended well. You have my thanks.
Sure. Don't worry about it.
Even in the midst of combat, you really do look out for others. But taking your focus off your opponents like that could land you in an early grave.
I guess it could.
Of course, I wouldn't want to fight with someone who didn't give a damn about me either. So keep up the good work, champ.
Will do.
So in other words, you only want to fight with people who are willing to die young.
No, you got it all wrong. I only want to fight with people who are willing to help me die old. You see the way Milla freezes those enemies in their tracks? I guess she really is into bondage.
Oh, is that what the technique is called?
Aw, I thought I'd get more of a rise out of you than that.
I'm just tired of your lies and innuendos. Just give it up already.
Oh, and now I'm the one being tied down by your sadistic decrees. Sorry, Jude. I'm not that into bondage play.
But it is true that some people can only experience true intimacy when they're tied and bound.
The conversation takes a surprising turn. Are you speaking from personal experience?
No, I read it in a book. It was called Men and Women Beneath the Sheets.
What sort of books are you reading?
There was a similar comment in The Aesthetics of Being the Catcher as well.
That one's probably about something different.
Oh?
Well, I wouldn't really know.
Sounds like Milla's more into total freedom than tying anyone down.
Your combat style seems so unrefined.
Well, I prefer to call it powerful. On the battlefield, delicacy will only get you killed. In real warfare, you need guts first, power second, vigor third and fourth, and instinct fifth.
You make a persuasive argument.
Well, yeah. You're talking to a mercenary here.
How long have you been one?
Well, for as long as I can remember. When I was your age, I was already a veteran. Trust me, kid, I'm a lot wiser than I look. I've been through enough to earn it.
Since your advice carries the weight of experience, I will remember it well.
Aw, come on, no reason to bring your spirits down. You do your thing and let me do mine. I'll handle the heavy lifting.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, that was good eating.
Teepo, what exactly is it that you absorb from foes?
I'm not really sure. It's like their energy or enthusiasm.
Is that nutritious?
Beats me. But when I'm hungry, before I know it, I'm chowing down.
You really are a peculiar creature.
What does enthusiasm taste like?
It depends on the person. For example, yours tastes like strawberries.
What? When did you absorb mine?
I don't need to absorb it to know. I can just tell.
Huh. That does sound appetizing.
Wait, what?
Saved by Rowan once again.
Yeah, I don't even worry about enemy spirit arts anymore.
Though I'm just honored that my old geezer tricks could be of use to you.
You really are one handy geezer. I feel like we youngins ought to be bowing our heads in thanks.
Oh, we should.
Thank you, honored elder.
Oh my, no need for that. This is getting a little embarrassing.
Very well then. I'll simply pat you on the head. You did good.
Milla? Rowan isn't a child.
That takes me back to my youth. Such happy memories. I'll keep doing my best.
What? It's actually working?
Oh, yeah! Snag something good!
Is it really okay to steal like that?
Of course it is! We won that battle fair and square!
Yikes. So might makes right, huh?
Does that mean if we lose, the enemy might take something of ours?
Yep. If we were to lose, the enemies could have Tipo.
What?
You can't take Tipo without my permission! We'll let them have your hairband!
Hey, that's off limits! I had to save up my allowance for weeks to buy this. It's my #1 favorite. But I'm everyone's #1 favorite! Fine, fine. If we lose, we'll just have to sacrifice Alvin's coat.
The hell you will. I love this thing. Hey, where'd the honor student go?
Looking for me?
How'd you get behind me?
So even a mercenary can get taken by surprise.
Didn't your mom teach you it isn't polite to sneak up on people? It's like you vanished without a trace.
Did I? I just move in opposition to my foe and then circle around them. Like this.
I ain't fallen for that twice, kid. Huh? Where'd he go?
Over here.
Oh, how did you get there?
So even the Lord of Spirits can get taken by surprise.
That's impressive, but really unnerving.
Yeah. It's especially creepy when you pull that move on a female opponent.
Creepy? Hey! My special ability isn't creepy.
I'm always surprised at how you're able to channel spirits without having to perform an incantation.
Is it that surprising?
No normal human could do that.
When channeling a spirit, the incantation is supposed to serve as the contract between the parties.
How do you channel spirits without a contract?
I don't do anything particularly special. When I offer mana to the spirits, I just infuse it with my desires.
Get your act together and use your art, and no backtalk.
Something like that.
That's not a contract!
That's a threat!
It's not good to coddle people, be they spirit or human. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes, ma'am?
Whatever you say!
Quite a surprising answer indeed.
With Milla, when isn't it?
And my mighty arts win the day yet again.
Well done. Even among the Army's elite, I rarely see arts that powerful.
You better believe it. Hey, Elise, you see that?
Yes, your arts were okay.
I'd maybe give him a 6.8.
6.8? Who are you to judge me?
It's just that mine are so much stronger.
T-Bows are more like a 9.5.
That's a load of crap. No way some plush toy outscores me. How about we settle this head to head?
Alvin, please try to calm down. You're behaving like a child.
Fine, I'll arm wrestle you for it.
You're on. But how exactly are we going to do that?
You have 10 seconds to get into position, or you forfeit the match. 1, 2, 3.
Come at me, bro!
Hey, that's playing dirty.
That settles it then. Tipo is officially stronger than Alvin.
The pendant Dressel gave me sure is pretty. I better put it somewhere safe. Tipo!
Leave it to me!
That should do it.
Did you see that? Elise stuffed her pendant inside Tipo.
Maybe T-Pose actually an accessory case? It would explain the bright colors.
Shh, they're coming back.
I want to see the pendant one more time. Tipo!
Roger that!
It's as pretty as I remembered.
Right?
I just don't understand women at all.
You and me both, kid. You and me both. You're in a fine mood, old-timer.
Oh, and did you overhear that? How embarrassing.
That's a nice melody.
What song is that?
It's more of a visualization exercise. I'm practicing the rhythm I use when channeling spirits.
Huh. I knew you had an artistic flair to your channeling, but I didn't know you used music.
So that must be why they call you the conductor.
Right, because he uses his musical talent when channeling spirits.
Well, not exactly. I must confess that I can't actually read music or play any instruments.
What? The conductor can't even read music?
Then what are you doing when you wave that baton?
That's from a dance we used to perform in our town's summer fair. The steps of the dance are perfect for measuring the timing of my arts.
Oh.
I'd be so much happier if I hadn't asked.
I've been at the top of my game lately. Only a matter of time before I'm completely unstoppable.
You really have been looking good. Especially with that technique where you stretch out your staff.
Right? That's my super secret tech. I want one.
That's so cool! When I stretch out, that's my super secret tech!
That's not a super secret anything. You're just made of stretchy material.
Sorry, Tipo, but mine's in a whole nother league.
I guess that's fair. Leia must have spent a lot of time and energy developing that.
You don't know the half of it. Installing the springs and the switch was a ton of work.
The springs? Your staff is spring-loaded?
That's just like a toy.
That's all it is? What? Why is everyone so disappointed? It took me forever to come up with that.
Well, I'll give you points for the ingenuity.
When did my hands get so covered with blisters and scars?
That's quite a layer of calluses forming around your knuckles.
Yeah, probably from all the people I've hit.
Didn't you want to be a doctor? That's kind of ironic. Do you regret this?
No, these calluses are proof that I'm striving to do the things I need to do.
That's the spirit. They prove you're no quitter.
A man's hands always reflect the path he's walked in life. You have the hands of a true man.
Your calluses are the coolest!
I'm going to keep fighting until I have calluses too.
Thanks. You guys are the best. Come on, guys. Let's pick up the pace. Huh? Where is everyone?
Hold up!
Leia, when'd you get so slow?
What? You're the one who got fast!
I agree with Leia.
Really?
This is horrible! Humiliating Jude while playing tag was like my favorite hobby.
She calls the game tag, but when Leia caught me, it was always a full-body tackle.
I guess I'll always have those memories.
Leia, you don't need to give up so quickly. There are always alternate methods to catch Jude.
Fireball!
What are you doing? Ah!
There. See? There are lots of ways to tag him without making physical contact.
You're right. Thanks, Milla.
Oh, man. I should have just let her tackle me. Watch your backs, everyone. Don't get complacent.
Jude has grown into such a prudent young man.
Really? Seems like he's been freakishly level-headed since the day he was born.
I wouldn't say that.
Milla?
I'm just remembering the first time we met, and how you panicked when I trapped you in one of Undine's bubbles.
Oh, I haven't heard this story.
Well, come on. Anyone would freak out if they were suddenly attacked by one of the great spirits.
He does have a point.
I know I'd have been terrified.
What? So I'm some sort of monster now?
Hey, it's okay. Meeting you taught me how to cope with difficult situations.
So I helped you to grow? Well, I'm glad I could be of service.
Jude sure has gotten good at dealing with Milla.
If growing up has taught him anything, it's that.
It feels like my body has become significantly stronger. What do you think?
Absolutely! You look like a powerhouse!
I give your bod a 9.9!
I wonder who's stronger now, you or Alvin?
I'm staying out of this.
Hooray! Milla wins by forfeit!
Goad me all you want. Pros don't fight battles they won't win. Besides, it's not like there was anyone taking down Milla back when she was physically weaker.
Alvin's right. Milla's power never came from physical strength.
Milla's so powerful that she doesn't even need to lift a finger.
I appreciate the compliments, but I do wish someone would give me a chance to test my strength.
If that's what you're after, why not Tipo? He's got the same shape and texture as a punching bag.
Now that you mention it, he does look like he's just right for punching. Hold still, Tipo.
Oh! Oh! Ah! Oh! Milla's crazy strong! Your mana lobe is crazy developed!
Is it?
You can just look at her and tell that?
Yeah, totally. When you build it up, your face gets all defined and smart looking.
I have trouble believing that.
So you think my face is stupid looking?
No, I didn't mean it like that.
It is possible. I too felt that my face became more defined after I started channeling spirits. Perhaps the part of the brain that houses the mana lobe also controls the facial muscles.
Rowan, you're buying into this nonsense?
Then maybe the reverse is true. If we were to strengthen our facial definition, maybe our mana lobes would grow stronger.
That could very well be. Let's give it a try.
Tipo, you can't just lie to people all the time like that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I've never seen prank victims with such strikingly well-defined faces before.
Ah, that went well. Lately, I've felt so intensely focused when I fight.
Even I have noticed. You are like a finely crafted sword.
A sword, huh? A tool created for the sole purpose of cutting.
There is beauty in its simplicity. However, a sharpened blade is surprisingly fragile.
And a blade that's too sharp may cut the hand that wields it.
You two don't have to worry. I am no tool. I understand that in a wise wielder's hands, a sword can be used for more than cutting foes.
Indeed. It might be used for maintaining one's mustache.
Or peeling a potato, perhaps.
Yes, and if you swing it sideways, you could use it as a blunt weapon. And if you spin it around the tip, you can use it to punch a hole like a drill. You could also use the sheath as a weapon to smash someone's joints.
Do you think Milla understood what we were getting at?
I do believe she understood, but Milla's mindset is a tad on the aggressive side.
Well, that was something. I've never seen such a large monster before.
Monsters who experience a mutation in their mana lobes can expand to massive sizes.
You read that in a book?
Yep.
Not much gets a rise out of you, does it? You're no fun at all.
You didn't seem particularly surprised yourself.
Well, that wasn't anything I haven't seen before.
You've traveled around the world and seen all sorts of things, huh?
All true, but I've never seen anyone pick a fight with a monster that big before.
Well, I'm glad that we were able to show you a new experience.
Lucky me. You know, I don't think any of us have ever used a gel yet.
That just shows you how skilled we are at combat.
I don't like gels. They get stuck in my teeth.
They have the same texture as I do. I'm sure they pack way too many calories.
I don't even know what gels are supposed to be. Candy? Medicine? Some sort of berry?
That's a good point. Gels are everywhere, but I haven't a clue as to where or how they're made.
For all we know, they could be alive.
Ew, I don't want to hear anymore.
That's so messed up. Don't say things like that.
That did cross the line.
I'm sorry.
Now we'll probably never be able to eat them. Though, personally, I love the damn things.
That monster just now had a weapon integrated into its body. That must have been one of the artificial monsters that the storyteller told us about. One was bad enough. Are there really 5 more of those things out there?
A monster with a weapon growing out of its body. This must be one of the monsters the old man was talking about. Such dangerous creatures. And there are still 5 more of them running around out there. They pose too grave a threat to ignore. That was the last of them. We've eradicated all of the extant Devil's Beasts.
Indeed, the last remnants of the Battle of Fezabel. After 20 years, I'm glad we were finally able to put them to rest.
And since we got the Devil's Arms, it was a win-win.
We got a twofer.
They sure weren't easy to find, though. I guess the devils were in the details.
Jude, seriously?
Alvin, what's wrong?
It's probably nothing, but don't these weapons seem a bit strange to you?
In what way?
I don't know quite how to put it, but they feel like they're not as impressive as they should be.
Now that you mention it,
These are weapons not forged by men, but born from beasts. They may have special properties.
Maybe the old man who told us about the Devil's Beast knows something.
That's true. We can head back to Sapstrath Sea Haven to see him.
perhaps he can tell us more about these devil's arms.
If it were me, I'd just man up and go home. But that's just me.
What are you talking about?
Your fight with your dad. You shouldn't just leave it like that.
It wasn't really a fight.
They say the longer people avoid reconciling, the more difficult it becomes.
You too?
Don't you think you should go home? Even just for a quick visit?
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'll do it.
And when Milla toots the horn, he climbs right on board.
No, that's not... I was planning to do it anyway.
Whatever.
Quickly, to the Felgana mine!
Please let Dad be okay.
I wonder how many statues are in Shandu. Let's make a pop quiz out of it.
Won't be much of a quiz if no one knows the right answer.
Oh, then why don't I quiz you about the statues themselves?
Like, Jude, name this famous figure.
No good?
Sure, why not? Let's go check them out.
Remember that beautiful woman I saw you speaking to in Shandu?
Carla? What about her?
How odd that you never bothered to introduce me.
Do you want to meet her?
What's this? There's someone you want me to meet? Oh my. Well, I suppose it would be rude to refuse.
Did you introduce this Carla person to Rowan and Milla?
Yeah, I did.
Well, your acquaintances are my acquaintances. Hook a girl up.
Here she goes. Fine, fine. Let's head to Shandu.
Plenty of heat between Carla and Gaius, huh?
You make it sound so illicit.
And poor sweet Jude's left out in the cold.
Come on. You know that's not why I'm looking for Carla.
Bet she's waiting in Shandu.
You think I don't know that? Didn't Carla say she was from Canbalar? Maybe she went back home. Gaius has been busy keeping order in Rashigal ever since Noctigal died. I wonder what's going on back at his old castle in Canbalar.
Has everyone seen Sherrilton's famous windmill?
Actually, we haven't had a chance yet.
It's well worth your time. The view from the plaza is particularly striking.
We should report back to the naturalist in Sherrilton. Remember that naturalist who was researching changes in spirit climbs?
Ah, yes. Perhaps he's completed his research.
Yeah, we should go visit him back at the Central Plaza.
For some reason, sunsets always bring back memories from when I was little.
For me, it's the ocean. The sound of crashing waves gets old memories flooding back.
Interesting. Those have the same effect on me, too.
You have childhood memories?
Of course I do. Doesn't everyone?
I know I'd love to hear them.
Well, if an opportunity presents itself, I'd be happy to share.
If an opportunity presents itself, like when?
Crashing waves at sunset?
Do you ever think about Niakara?
Ivor will protect it in my absence. There's no need to worry about the village's safety.
Oh, I wasn't asking about that. What I meant is, do you ever get homesick?
Oh. Sometimes I do miss the purity of Niakara air.
Well, if you ever want to go back, just say the word.
I wonder what people eat in Canbalar. They've got to have some sort of local delicacy.
Do you think so? It's awfully cold here.
All the more reason to eat well.
So you think they have something good? Let's go find out, Tipo.
Hey, wait up!
It puts an old man's heart at ease to see them enjoying themselves at a time like this.
How many people do you think live in one of those giant houses in Triglav?
Have you always liked pop quizzes this much? I've never noticed after all this time. Oh, I know. Did your love of pop quizzes awaken while I was dead?
She's always liked pop quizzes.
Oh.
Are you okay? We should stop and rest.
No, I'm fine.
You shouldn't push yourself.
All right, we finally got some heart herb.
It should definitely help out with Milla's pain.
Yeah, let's hurry on back.
Maybe I should pay a quick visit.
A visit to where?
Oh, did you overhear that? It's nothing. Just an acquaintance who lives here is all. Guess I better do something with Mom's house. And while I'm at it, I should see Isla too.
Isla went to the royal hunting grounds.
Damn it! After her! Trust me, the beds are way softer at the inn here than anywhere else.
You focus on the strangest things.
All right, I'm checking in.
Can we really afford to relax like this?
I am beat. Come on, let's get a room for the night.
What's up?
Coming back to Fenmont like this makes me miss my old medical school.
Then why not drop by?
You don't mind?
Nah. You must have really loved it there if you miss it this much. I guess becoming a doctor really is your calling.
You sure you don't need to stop by Niakara for anything?
Actually, it has been a while since I've shown my face around town. I wouldn't mind seeing how everyone's doing.
Well, when we have a chance, let's make the trip.
You don't want to pay Balin a visit?
Why? Are you hoping to hear one of his humiliating stories about my past?
The more you bring it up, the more curious we get. Sounds like our best chance to find a light leaf clover is on the Rusal High Road.
It's a clover with sun-colored leaves, right? Let the hunt begin!
Let's bring the light leaf clover back to Balin.
And then we get our story. This is gonna be good.
Are you okay? You look pale.
I'm fine. I just keep thinking about Hamil.
What happened there isn't your fault. You should try forgetting about it. I guess that's easier said than done. Maybe it would help to go see Hamil for ourselves. What is it?
Do you think we could go back to the booster research lab?
You mean go back to Labari Hollow? Why would you want to go there?
Oh, of course! If that's where you grew up, you might remember something about your past.
I'm sorry. I know we don't have much time.
No trouble at all. Besides, maybe you'll remember something that inspires you to new heights.
That's certainly a possibility. Let's try to get back to Labari Hollow.
A house in the southeast part of the Mon Highlands.
That's where you were born! Hey!
Relax! Elise, help me!
There's a bunch of kids in Sherrilton's Plaza.
Looks like some of them are your age. Why not try to talk to them?
Be careful, Elise. A sailor in the Sea Haven has been staring at you.
Oh, I didn't notice anything.
We might just be overthinking things, but he might know something. Maybe we should chat him up. Ah, that's right. The peddler who sells Tipo-esque toys might be in Sherrilton.
Let's ask around town and find out if anyone's seen any talking stuffed animals.
Wow! I'm so excited!
Didn't someone say the peddler who sells talking stuffed animals went to the Eladi Sea Haven?
That's right!
Oh yeah. Maybe we should ask the Sea Haven merchants if they've seen him.
Fezabel Marsh. Wasn't that the site of a famous battle between Rashigal and Aljul?
Yes. 20 years ago. It's a place that looms large in my life. If we go there, I may remember things that are perhaps best forgotten.
That's right. You were part of that war. I'm sorry.
I get so nervous talking to people in Olympias.
Don't be afraid. They're people just like us. Try to speak to as many people as you can.
Gotta pump him for info.
Information is important, but learning to understand and appreciate each other, that is our top priority. I hope Lady Dressel is faring well.
Why not go to the manor and see?
Dressel must be worried sick about you.
Oh, worried about me? Oh my. I do hope she doesn't perceive me as being that old. Perhaps this is the opportunity to speak to Wingle that I've been waiting for. All that remains of the Chimeriad is Wingle.
I wonder where he is. Back in Canbalar?
I wonder what Dressel is doing now.
She's probably busy missing you.
I do hope the loss of Lord Klein hasn't been too hard on her.
Let's sneak into Fort Gondala and try to find a booster.
That seems to be our only hope of defeating the golems. The golems should be guarding the gate to the main passageway.
Now we shall put an end to them.
Let's get back to Dressel.
We have to tell her how great you were.
Oh no! I think I left something at the clinic.
What did you lose?
It was, kinda like a notebook. I gotta go pick it up.
Fine, let's go take a look when we get the chance.
We gotta get to the old Bakal mine. It's been a while since you've been back to Fenmont. Don't you want to visit any of your friends?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, you didn't make any friends while you were here?
I made plenty of friends. It feels like it's been forever since I went to school here.
With this harmonica grass, Prin can heal the Sylph Jay.
Yeah, let's hurry back to Fenmont.
We should probably tell Prin about Agria.
Yeah, it's the least we can do.
I hope she's still at the medical school.
You left Laurent without even telling your parents, right? Shouldn't you go back home to see them? Your mom's probably still fuming.
Yeah.
They serve food at the Laurent Lodge, you say?
Yeah, Leia's dad is probably the best cook in town.
If you like, you can come try it for yourself. I don't think you'll be disappointed.
I'm certainly interested. I could certainly eat.
Then why not come to my house? I'm sure my dad's cooked up something. The Sea Haven sure is beautiful at sunset.
Yes, there really is something special about it.
I know, right? When I see the sky glow red like that, all my bad memories just get washed away.
Just try not to forget anything important.
Shut up!
I have to admit, it's nice sometimes just spacing out. Everyone could use a break here and there.
Hello everyone, you've reached the end of this video! But before we go for the day, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to the Tier 4 and above channel members. Phoenix Edgeworth, Acheron X2, Jello Cat, and Gamer Mario 64. Thank you all for being awesome and supporting the channel. If you too would like to get your name shouted out at the end of each video and live stream, shoutouts are available to all Tier 4, 5, and 6 channel members. I hope you all have an awesome day, and I'll see you next time!